It's time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket, Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, and by Allstate Insurance. And now for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Let's go to the ballpark.
Live from Little Rock, Arkansas Travelers Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. This is Phil Elson. Welcome to Raywinder Field, where tonight Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the El Paso Diablos in Game 2 of a 4-game series. Thanks for joining us tonight on the ticket, Total Sports 1380, as well as the Travs website, www.travs.com. You tune in to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Very rough game yesterday for the Arkansas Travelers in a lopsided loss to El Paso, 12-3. A couple of disturbing notes. Diablos came into the ballgame on a 7-game losing streak and had been smashed in a couple of games and getting swept in Frisco. But yesterday, they completely controlled the Travs, both offensively and pitching-wise. Matt Henry led the Diablos with a fine 8-inning start, holding the Travs to only 6 hits, although 4 of those hits came in his final inning. By the time he had given up those 4 hits in the 8th, the Diablos had rallied for 8 runs in the 8th inning, sending 14 batters to the plate, putting what was a close 3-1 contest way out of reach, and the final score was El Paso 12, Arkansas 3. Dan Mazingo did take the loss, but he pitched pretty well over 6 innings, allowing just a couple of runs. But Cliff Smith and Marco Sullivan really struggled, not able to get out of the 8th inning, either of them, and Scott Schneider had to come on to help get them out of that frame, and Schneider also gave up a run of his own, so the Travs bullpen has been struggling recently, and that was one of the main strengths for the team over the month of April. So right now, Travs bullpen a little bit roughed up recently. We'll be looking for Tim Bittner to take the mound and give him a few solid innings. Bittner with a record of 3-1, still in search of that elusive 4th victory. Bittner picked up a win in his last start against the Midland Rockhounds. This will be his first appearance of the year against the El Paso Diablos. Meanwhile, his opponent is the Texas League leader in earned run average, Lance Cormier. 1-1 record and a 1.67 ERA. Cormier is a control specialist. Only walked 7 batters in 37 and 2/3 innings with 34 strikeouts. Again, his 1.67 earned run average is top in the Texas League. And he sort of distances himself statistically from the rest of the Diablos pitching staff. A 5.29 team ERA for El Paso, and then there's Cormier, about 3.5 runs less than the rest of the ball club. So Travs are facing El Paso's best pitcher today, and probably their best chance to get 2 victories in a row. Again, the Travs were facing the Diablos after they'd lost 7 straight. So with the Travs losing yesterday, they dropped to 6-6 at Raywinder Field. Travs struggling here in Little Rock with an even 500 record. Meanwhile, they're 6 games over 500 on the road. It seems to be a pattern that we've seen since the Angels came into town in 2001, that the Travs play 500 baseball and play much better away from Little Rock. Who's to say why, but the numbers do not lie, and it seems to be the truth. Tonight here in Little Rock, after we've been blessed with perfect weather for the first 5 games of the homestand, we're in for a pretty blustery evening here in central Arkansas. Chance of rain, but as we well know throughout the years, it never rains at Raywinder Field. It only rains around the ballpark. So we'll just have to take that with a couple grains of salt and see what happens. Hopefully we'll be able to get baseball in today. Right now, there's not an ounce of rain on the field. The ground crew taking tarp off the field, so we should be on time for a 7:10 first pitch. I want to thank you for tuning in here to the ITT Technical Institute pregame show, and let you know ITT Tech is committed to helping you develop the skills and the knowledge where you can pursue opportunities in technological fields like computer electronics and engineering. At ITT Tech, you'll learn specialized techniques in a hands-on environment that help you reach your potential. Get a hold of ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock at area code 501-565-5550, or just go online to itt-tech.edu. 2 games already finished earlier this afternoon in the Texas League. We'll give you the Texas League scoreboard from yesterday as well, along with a look around the Anaheim Angels farm system on the AsPro Farm Report. All that coming up after this break on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
I am a lead technician and work in quality control for a small electronics company. I supervise 4 technicians daily and direct the testing and calibration of products.
Matthew O'Mullane earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
ITT Tech has allowed me to get to where I eventually want to go.
Call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
It started just like fun, socially. A sweet potato here, a churro there. I mean, what's the big deal? Just a few carbohydrates, right? But then the craving started. Crackers, pancakes, toast points, it didn't matter as long as it had carbs. I started ignoring my friends and family unless they had just made lasagna. Luckily, that's when my bartender told me about Miller Lite. With half the carbs of Bud Light, you can enjoy a great tasting, less filling beer without having to ride the C train. Don't let carbs ruin your life. Miller, good call.
For 12 ounces, Miller Lite contains 3.2 grams carbohydrates. Bud Light contains 6.6 grams. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Ed and I sell soft drinks for ball games, and he first told me about BC powder.
We carry big trays and drinks up and down stadium staff. Man, it's a killer.
And with a backache, that tray feels heavier and heavier.
And the stairs are tough on your knees.
One night I was dragging, and the game wasn't half over.
I told Brian he needs a BC to stop the pain fast, because he goes to work quick.
BC stopped the pain, got me right back to work.
BC goes down easy with a soft drink, but don't tell the boss, okay?
BC, pain relief at the speed of powder. Use as directed.
Welcome back to Ray Winder. Phil Elson here with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Getting set for Game 2 of this 4-game series, and right now we'll take a look at our Texas League report and see how yesterday's Travs loss affects them in the standings. Didn't lose any ground to Wichita as the Round Rock Express smashed the Wranglers by the final score of 12-2. Todd Self led the Express to their second straight win with a 4-hit night, including his 5th home run of the season, and he knocked in 4 runs. Willie Tavares raised his average to .378 with 3 base hits and 3 runs scored, while former Travs Junior Zamora added 3 hits and 2 RBIs of his own. DJ Holton picked up his 3rd win, striking out 7 Wranglers in 7 innings of 5 hits, 1 walk, 1 run ball. Wrangler right-hander Eric Thompson took the loss, his first loss since May 5th, 2003. He was 11-0 in the Texas League last year. And actually 11-3 in the Texas League. He was 0-3 with Midland and 11-0 with Wichita, but he was knocked from the game in the 4th inning, allowing 6 runs. Tulsa blanked San Antonio yesterday 3-0 with Zach Parker, Sean Green, and Ryan Spire combining on a 3-hit shutout of the Missions, pulling to within 2 games of the Travs. Parker allowed the 3 hits in a 6th inning, 5 strikeout performance, and Green set down 6 batters in a row. Spire finished it off with a strikeout of the night for his league-high 11 saves. Tulsa shortstop Danny Sandoval knocked in 2 runs on 3 hits, while center fielder Tony Miller was 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Losing pitcher Elvis Perez drops to 1-4 for the Missions, allowing 3 runs in 5 innings as the losing pitcher. And Midland picked up their second straight victory, 3-2 against Frisco. John Baker and Mark Teahan with home runs to lead the Rockhounds to their 3rd win in 5 games. Baker's 5th home run of the season, a 2-run shot, gave Midland a first-inning lead. And after Frisco tied the game in the 8th, Teahan took Justin Thompson deep in the 9th for the winning run. Shane Bizzell earned his first win in relief of Shane Kamine. Chris Mabius struck out the side on the Frisco 9th for his 7th save. Frisco's Eric Thompson, it's a different Eric Thompson than Wichita's. Eric Thompson of Frisco struck out 9 batters on 4 hits in 8 innings, but got a no decision. And there have been some games already played in the Texas League today. A couple of afternoon tilts in San Antonio and Frisco. The Missions answer back at Tulsa with a 1-0 shutout of the Drillers. Tulsa only manages 2 hits in that ball game. Meanwhile, Greg Dobbs was 2 for 2 with a home run, his 3rd of the season, giving the Missions all they needed in that victory. A rain-shortened win for San Antonio. They were only able to get 5.5 innings in for the ball game earlier today. And just a few sprinkles starting to come down right now at Ray Winder Field and coming into the broadcast area as well. So pardon us for a second while we try to make sure that all this electrical equipment that is strapped up here at the ballpark doesn't fry us if it gets hit with a little bit of water. All right, now we can keep going on here as we try to hold this towel in front of the computer and let you know what happened in Frisco. It was Midland pounding the Rough Riders 10-3. Martin continued his tear with 2 home runs in the ballgame, finished with 5 RBIs. He's hitting .357 now. 10-3 final score for Midland winning, and Mark Kiger hit his first home run of the season. 2 homers for Frisco. Marshall McDougal and Patrick Boyd also went deep. Winning pitcher was Brad White. He's 2-3. Travis Hughes dropped to 1-2 for the Frisco Rough Riders. We're going to take a break right now. When we return, after we try to keep the electrical equipment from getting soaked up here, as the rain is coming in just a little bit here, we'll take that break. We'll run down that Agro Farm report and also give you an interview with the broadcaster of the El Paso Diablos, Mike Lindskog. Interesting talk with Mike. There's so many rumors these days about the Diablos leaving El Paso and moving on to Springfield that you should talk with one of the spokesmen of the ball club and see what his answer is. So we'll have that interview with Mike Lindskog after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, y'all? Let's see it talk about dating. Because dating is like fight. Think about it. First you got men out on the prowl. They travel in packs of 6, just like fight. And then you got girls. Girls can be cold. But the colder they are, the more you want them, just like fight. And then comes the kisses. That's just refreshing, y'all. Again, just like a crisp, first quenching Sprite. Cheers. What's my motto? Oh, baby, your turn.
Hey, sir.
What up, baby pop? Oh, got to go. Thirst out.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winter Field. Ray Winter Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Crabs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside the future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winter Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at crabs.com.
Welcome back to the ITC Technical Institute pregame show as we get set for the second game of a 4-game series. The El Paso Diablos in town. And we're going to have a chance to talk with new El Paso Diablo broadcaster Mike Lindskog. Came over from the California League High Desert Mavericks team. Mike, first things first, when you talk about the Diablos these days, first you talk about a team that's struggling on the field, though a big win yesterday. But the other thing off the field seems to be making a little bit more news. There's so many rumors going around the Texas League and certain cities, specifically Wichita, El Paso, and Springfield, Missouri, that a lot of people think that El Paso might be losing its baseball team. And I know when we were in El Paso, the front office is trying to come up with ways to try to convince people in El Paso that the Diablos are going to be staying in El Paso. I'll ask the question point blank, let you take it from there. Are the Diablos going to stay in El Paso after this season?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we've gone so far as to come up with some creative ideas as far as a challenge being issued to basically any naysayers that don't agree with the fact that the Diablos are going to remain in El Paso beyond the 2004 season. It's given our front office a kind of a fun way to combat these rumors, which honestly are kind of a pain. It's a challenge to try to convince everybody that the Diablos are indeed staying. But I think a lot of these smaller franchises in the Texas League, the ones that aren't shiny and new, the Friscos and the Round Rocks, excluded. Some of these other smaller franchises, and I'm sure Arkansas has probably at least heard about some of the rumors and whatnot, that there is a particular team in the Texas League potentially moving to the St. Louis area with super billionaire ready to buy a Texas League team and all this nonsense. Essentially what we've done in El Paso is kind of come up with this challenge, and again, it's a fun way to kind of deal with the rumors. The Put Up or Shut Up challenge was kind of organized by our new general manager, Brent Miles, and essentially what it is any media personnel or other naysayers, as we're calling them, that disagree with the fact that the Diablos will be in El Paso beyond 04 can go ahead and basically sign up for our challenge, and then on opening day next year, they will all owe our general manager, Brent Miles, a fresh steak dinner from an El Paso restaurant of his choice. And obviously, if something different happens, well, the opposite would be returned to them with a steak dinner, but quite honestly, that's not going to happen.
Now, When it comes to the city of El Paso, people think of it as a pretty good baseball town. I mean, for years it was one of the linchpins of Texas League baseball, along with Little Rock and a couple other cities, San Antonio as well. I couldn't imagine the Texas League without the city of El Paso. It's been in the league for so long. What's your impressions of El Paso as a sports city, as a baseball city, coming from California?
Well, obviously, only being there a couple of months, I'm still kind of getting used to it and still kind of adapting and forming my own opinions. But what I've been told and what I'm learning so far is it is a great sports town. You know, with the improved situation with the UTEP basketball team, obviously with them going to the tourney this year on the basketball side, you know, Mike Price with a great reputation coming over from Washington State. He's going to revamp that football program. The city itself, they can support a franchise that's sports oriented, you know, and they've been so great with the Diablos. And you know, we are going to continue to milk that because we have great fans and great support from the city. The media right now is a little bit stubborn with some opinions regarding the Diablos moving, whether or not. So that's a challenge that we've been fighting all season long, and probably will continue to do so throughout the remainder of the year until opening day next year, when the schedule is released, we're on the field, and they can then take it to, well, maybe it's 2005 that the Diablos are moving. So I think that definitely El Paso can continue to support a professional sports team. There are other things going on in El Paso now. There's a new, the El Paso Rumble is a brand new Arena League team, and the city is great. You know, it's a great place where you can go and take in a great family atmosphere with a baseball game, and you know, we're continuing to build on that.
I'm not sure exactly what the population numbers are of El Paso, but I know that it's well over 500,000 people, maybe more. And I would imagine if for some reason they lost that team, it'd be the largest city without a professional baseball team. I just could not see it happening. It doesn't seem to work. And for another thing, the ballpark, Cohen Stadium, I'm a big fan of that ballpark. It really is a nice place to sit back and watch a ball game. I understand that the Diablos and the city of El Paso are contemplating making some improvements to the ballpark and revamping it. When it was built, it was the new ballpark in the Texas League in 1990, and it's only 14 years ago, but times have changed since then. What kind of things you guys planning to do to Cohen Stadium?
Well, again, we've already taken some pretty great steps to improve the situation there. And again, to reiterate, the Diablos are staying there, and so the steps that we're moving forth with right now, we've just invested over $60,000 in a brand new locker room for the home side of things. Of course, we're affiliated with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the Diamondbacks are big supporters of ours. And obviously, you know, by improving their clubhouse situation, improving the manager and the hitting coach, pitching coaches' offices and whatnot, we added a brand new batting cage, you know, a nice facility outside, and a brand new batting cage. You know, these renovations cost us $60,000. These aren't the type of moves that you make if your professional franchise is going to be moving to St. Louis in the next year.
And it is an amazing way. Usually when you think of rumors and how rumors are reported, you think of celebrity love life, you know, not usually sports franchises, but now sports franchises are included in rumors. Every day you hear a new rumor about where the Montreal Expos are going to move to. And you guys are on the front lines dealing with rumors as well. Most of them, of course, not true. We heard a rumor that the Travelers were going to be the team that moved to Springfield. Of course, that was a report coming from a newspaper that obviously didn't know the situation here. Really, I mean, there's nothing you can do to block rumors like that. You can only answer them. Would you agree?
All right, definitely. And I want to clear the air. It's not true that I'm not dating J-Lo. So, you know, I just want to clear the air there. My wife, I think, would definitely have a problem with that if I did continue to knock down those rumors.
But it's good that we snuffed that out before it gets in People magazine.
Absolutely. We want to make sure we mend that rumor right away. But seriously, folks, regarding the rumors, yeah, you know, obviously us smaller market teams, we're going to have to face them. And you know, when there's super billionaire in St. Louis and in that area, you know, in Missouri and Springfield specifically, you know, these are rumors that continually have to be snuffed out. And, you know, when you're on the front office and you're on the inside and on the front lines, you're more dialed in. You know what's going on, obviously. You guys have tackled some of these same rumors in Arkansas, maybe not quite to the extent that we have, but I guarantee, you know, teams like Wichita and some of the others in the Texas League that don't have that brand new shiny ballpark, they've been fighting those same rumors. I think we just had to fight them a little stronger just because, you know, our building's 15 years old, and now at that age, it seems like the thing to say is the Diablos are going somewhere, even though it's just not true.
Folks, the El Paso Diablos are staying in El Paso for a long time, and you heard it here from Mike Lindskog, the radio broadcaster for the El Paso Diablos. Mike, thanks for your time. Welcome to the Texas League, and we look forward to seeing you throughout the season. Appreciate it. So we'll be right back after this and run down the starting lineups on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant. Also specializing in the finest quality table linens, rental mat, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers. He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leeson, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations. Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real-world success.
For more information about graduate degrees from Webster University in Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380, KDXE, North Little Rock.
Well, the very little bit of rain that fell on the ballpark here in Little Rock, not enough to stop the start of today's ball game, although we will start about 3-4 minutes late. Not that bad at all. Traps has just taken the field. The lineups are just being exchanged right now with the manager Ty Boykin of the Traps, Scott Kuba of the El Paso Diablos. So, sequence of events for the pregame got a little bit messed up, but that's all right. Usually the lineups get exchanged before the field, before the Traps take the field, but it's going to wait right now as over the ground rules with the umpires and to those lineup cards. And speaking of lineup cards, let's get to our lineup cards and fill it in. Starting with the visiting El Paso Diablos with a record of 9 wins against 22 losses. The Diablos in last place in the Texas League West Division by 11 games in back of first place Round Rock. Smoke Williams will lead off, and Williams in center field today. Batting second is the Diablos shortstop Sergio Santos. Brian Barden hitting third is at third base. Cleaning up for the Diablos, the designated hitter Kyle Nichols. Hitting in the 5 spot is catcher Chris Snyder. Batting sixth will be Josh Kroger. He patrols in right field. Batting seventh for the Diablos is the first baseman Sean Llewellyn. Dan Ukla hits eighth. He'll be in left field, and Danny Richard rounds out the starting 9. Richard starts at second base. 1 through 9, the exact same starting lineup with the exact same positions for the Diablos as last night. They collected a season-high 21 base hits. With certainly good reasoning to keep the lineup the same. Now the lineup for the Arkansas Travelers, still in first place by 1 game ahead of the Wichita Wranglers, 2.5 ahead of Tulsa, who already lost earlier today. Today's lineup has Alberto Cayaspo leading off at shortstop, and batting second will be center fielder Tommy Murphy. Murphy, if you check out the Traps website, traps.com, there's a release stating that Tommy Murphy named the Texas League Player of the Week for last week. The third Traveler to win that award this season, so congratulations to Murphy. It'll be Nick Gorneau, one of the 3 Traps to win a Texas League Weekly honor along with Eric Steer. Gorneau will bat third and play right field with Dallas McPherson cleaning up as the designated hitter. Jeff Mathis hits in the 5-hole. He'll catch today. Rudy Gomez batting 6th at third base. First baseman tonight is Mike Elward. He'll be batting 7th. Jason Espedo bats 8th to play left field. And Justin Turner gets his first start in a Trav uniform. Justin batting 9th is at second base. Your pitching matchup once again. Top earned run average on the mound for the Diablos. Right-hander Lance Cormier. 1.67 ERA is best in the Texas League. His record is 1-1 in 6 games. He allows a 261 batting average against. Meanwhile, taking the mound, for the 7th time this season is Trav left-hander Tim Bittner. 3 wins and a loss, a .459 earned run average, and Bittner throws the first pitch of the game low and outside for ball 1. Leading off for the Diablos is Smoke Williams with Sergio Santos and Brian Barden to follow. By the way, the first pitch was thrown at 7:14. Bittner's 1-0 is low and outside, ball 2. Game time temperature 77 degrees. Wind coming from the south at 12 miles an hour. Every once in a while gusting up to about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Corner infielders playing in. Williams, a right-handed hitter, hitting .306. And the 2-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Bittner standing 6'2", 205 pounds. He is not an overpowering pitcher. His fastball in the high 80s. Best pitches, a sharp slider, and a good curveball. Changeup as well. Count 2-1 on Williams against the infielders. And the corners playing off the middle infielders back, and ball 3 is downstairs to Williams. Bittner has battled the control problems for a part of the season. He's walked 17 batters. The next batter he walks, he'd be the league leader in walks. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball and a strike 2. Last time out, Bittner was touched for 9 base hits and 4 runs in 7 innings in a victory against Midland. Hasn't been quite as sharp as last 3 outings as from his first 3. The 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Tim Bittner goes back to strikeout Smoke Williams for the first out of the game. Strikeout number 29 for Bittner. His season high is an 8-strikeout game against the Wichita Wranglers, in which Bittner took his only loss, 3-2, on April 20th. A couple of no decisions for Bittner, one versus Tulsa, one against Midland, and this is first start against the El Paso Diablos. Shortstop Sergio Santos will swing and miss. Got a fastball that drove a little bit low and away. Strike 1. Santos, a .305 hitter, 4 homers, tied with 2 other Diablos for the team lead, and 16 RBIs. Right-handed hitter and a former first-round pick of the Diamondbacks, and he swings at the 0-1, a lazy flat towards center, but it picks up a little speed towards center field, and Murphy goes back in front of the warning track to make the catch. 2 outs pretty quickly here in the first inning for Tim Bittner. Let's set the fielders behind. On left field today is Jason Espedo, Tommy Murphy in center, Nick Gorneau in right. Rudy Gomez plays third base, and shortstop is Alberto Cayaspo. Justin Turner at second, Mike Elwood at first, and the catcher tonight is Jeff Mathis. By the way, Cayaspo is all right, no problem at all from being hitting the side of the head on a bat hop grounder. The first pitch strike to Brian Barden, count 0-1. Game for Barden yesterday, you could call it games of his professional career. 5 base hits as he fouls the pitch back to the screen, and Bittner ahead, 0-2. Barden had 3 singles and 2 doubles, scored the first run of the game, even scored 2 runs, and finished with 4 runs scored. Here's the 0-2, and Barden fouls it back. He's a .300 hitter, but Barden went into yesterday's game batting .270. So this early in the season, a 5-for-5 night was worth 30 points for Brian Barden and over 40 points for the cleanup hitter Kyle Nichols, who also went 5-for-5. There's another foul ball back to the screen. Bittner not wasting any time as he attacks the strike zone against Brian Barden. We are just underway at Raywinder Field on the top of the first. Travs looking at rebound off a 2-game losing streak, just their 4th of the season. The 0-2 to Barden is low and inside. Good pitch by Bittner. Not getting the call. Home plate umpire today is Chris Griffith. Delphine Colon, the third base umpire, and the crew chief, and over first Matt Taylor. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Barden, and he swings and fouls it out the very tip of the bat right in front of the catcher. So Barden just getting a piece of that pitch to stay alive. 1 homer for Barden, 19 RBIs. Interesting, yesterday Barden 5-for-5 with no runs batted in, though he did score 4 runs. Bittner winds his 1-2, jams the batter, but he gets it towards right center field, and that'll get down for a base hit. Murphy cuts it off on a barehand play in the gap and keeps Barden to a 2-out single. So even on a pitch where Bittner gets right on Barden's hands, he still is able to find a spot where neither the center fielder nor the right fielder could get to in time for his 6th base hit of the series. Diablos struck in the first inning yesterday with 2 outs against Dan Mazingo, and they look to do the same today. Nichols steps to the plate. He's a .342 hitter to lead the Diablos, 4 homers and 19 RBIs. Right-handed batter, and he swings and hits a line drive deep towards right field. Nick Gorneau hustling over the line, and he makes the catch to end the first inning. Well, the Travs couldn't retire Barton. The Bittner sits down Kyle Nichols for the first time this series. The Diablos stranded a runner at first base in the first inning. Bottom of the first coming up here in Little Rock. Diablos went scoreless in their half, and here come the Travs to hit for the first time on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope.
There's a story involving Yogi Berra, the well-known catcher for the New York Yankees, and Hank Aaron, who at the time was the chief power hitter for the Milwaukee Braves. The teams were playing in the World Series, and as usual, Yogi was keeping up his ceaseless chatter, intending to pep up his teammates on the one hand and distract the Milwaukee batters on the other. As Aaron came to the plate, Yogi tried to distract him by saying, "Henry, you're holding the bat wrong. You're supposed to hold it so you can read the trademark." Aaron didn't say anything, but when the next pitch came up, he hit it into the left field bleachers. After rounding the bases and touching home plate, Aaron looked at Yogi Berra and said, "I didn't come up here to read. I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church of Rock Creek." To be successful in life, you know you've got to know why you're standing at the plate.
Back at Ray Winder Field, here at the lights just turned on and the cloud cover starting to engulf the playing field pretty soon. We're in the bottom of the first inning at Ray Winder Field. The Diablos went scoreless in the top half. Thanks for tuning in tonight on the ticket. Total Sports 1380 for Game 2 of our 4-game set. Wednesday and Thursday nights back on the airwaves at 6:50 for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. We finish off the series against El Paso. Travs are going to be in Tulsa this Friday through Monday. 7:05 start time on Friday and Saturday, so the ITT Tech pregame show at 6:45. Alberto Callaspo will lead off for the Travelers in the first inning against Lance Cormier, the top earned run average in the Texas League. Cormier's first pitch low and away for a ball. Cormier is 3 points ahead of Travs left-hander Eric Steer, who sits at 170. Cormier's fastball fouled off over the Southwest Airlines picnic terrace for a strike. Alberto was followed by Tommy Murphy and Nick Gorneau in the bottom half of the first inning. McPherson, Mathis, and Gomez the middle third. Bottom three of the order, Elward, Esposito, and Turner. Callaspo bats left-handed. He's hitting .308, 1 homer, 15 RBIs. Cormier's 1-1, and Callaspo hits it over the mound slowly towards second base. Danny Richard with a backhand play, and it throws off balance to first, but Callaspo beats the throw for an infield single. Second time we've seen Richard take that throw. Ill-advised from deep up the middle towards second. He almost threw the ball away if Lewis didn't step off the base. Would have been an extra bag for Callaspo. But Alberto ends up at first with his 42nd base hit of the season. One ahead of Tommy Murphy for the team lead, and Murphy steps to the plate right here. Batting left-handed, a .323 average. Tossed on to first by Cormier, and Callaspo gets in there. Alberto still looking for that first steal of the season. He's 0 for 3 in stolen base attempts. Third baseman Barden plays off the bag by about 15 feet and right on the infield grass. And here's the pitch to Murphy. Got it down on a bunt. Towards third base, off the mound Cormier, bare hands, and throws to first for the out on Murphy. Tommy gets the sacrifice bunt to push Callaspo into scoring position. And for Murphy, his team-leading 5th sacrifice bunt of the year. 1-3 goes the out at first. So Callaspo, who has scored 23 runs this season, would be able to score if Nick Gorneau gets a base hit to the outfield. Gorneau is the team leader in many of the important offensive categories, with Casey Kochman Up in Anaheim, Gorneau's .348 average, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in, 10 doubles, and 31 runs scored are all Trav best. First pitch, a slider down low, ball 1. Cormier's been touched in the first inning for 3 runs in 5 starts, and that's his worst inning of the season of a game for pretty much all year. 1-0. Gorneau takes it high and in, 2 balls, no strike. So Cormier, who has allowed only 8 runs in 38 innings this season, has allowed 3 in the first, but only 5 thereafter. 2 balls, no strikes on Gorneau. Cormier from the stretch, and his slider is in for a strike at the knees. 2-1. Not the pitch Gorneau was looking for, so he lays off of it. Nick yesterday 1 for 4, extending his hitting streak to 10 games. 1 shy of Casey Cochran's Trav season high. Casey was promoted to Anaheim while still riding an 11-game hitting streak. Paso takes the lead at second. They've got a pickoff play at second, and he gets in there. Alberto is safe. Second baseman Danny Richard came in behind Alberto, and Paso was just able to get his right hand underneath the tag. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gorneau, 1 away in the bottom of the first. No score at Ray Winder Field. Trav went scoreless in the first inning yesterday for the first time. Just the second time as Gorneau fouls one off the right side. The second time the Trav went scoreless in the first inning over 11 games. And when Arkansas scores the first run, and they've done that 21 times in 30 games this season, the Travs have won 17 of those games. So not a guaranteed win if they score the first run, but percentages certainly in the Travs' favor. 2-2 count on Gorneau, right-handed batter standing quietly in the box. The pitch is in there for strike 3 on the low outside corner. Fabulous pitch by Lance Cormier as he freezes Gorneau. And we can see the way Cormier is going to pitch to Gorneau on the outside corner. Outside. 35th strikeout of the season for Cormier against only 7 walks. Now, he is not an overpowering pitcher. He does not throw very hard, but his good command of 4 pitches, fastball in the high 80s, slider, curveball, and changeup, and an ability to throw any one of those pitches for strikes on any count. First pitch to Dallas McPherson, low and inside, ball 1. Cormier stands 6'1", 190-pounder out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Played his college ball at the University of Alabama, and 1-0 to McPherson, who swings and misses at the slider, 1-1. Only 1 win for Cormier, however, even with the lowest earned run average in the Texas League, and that was in his first start on April 9th. He defeated Round Rock 5-2 with a strong 7 innings, 5-hit, 1-run performance. He's had 7-inning shutout performances twice and still hasn't picked up a win since the first game. 1-1 to McPherson, and Cormier steps off the rubber. Mack hit his third home run of the season yesterday. Shot onto the interstate past right field. He's also hitting .299 with 19 RBIs. And he's got that 20 stuck on the pond sitting at second base in the form of Kayafo. And the 1-1 is low and inside, 2-1. McPherson was given a rest after the 7th inning yesterday, resting a groin muscle that's been bothering him just a little bit. And he, instead of playing third today as the DH, as he rips the 2-1 pitch to right field for a base hit, and that's going to roll to the fence. 1-0 Travs as Kayafo scores from second base, and McPherson hits into second with his 9th double of the year and his 20th RBI. 1-0 Travs, and they strike in the first inning again. Cormier leaving a pitch high in the strike zone. He looks to usually keep his pitches low towards the knees. And McPherson hammers it to the right field corner for a run-scoring double. So the Travs get on the scoreboard once again. The 22nd game that they have scored first. Jeff Mathis to the plate with McPherson at second, and he'll take an outside slider for a ball. Mathis with 2 strikeouts and 4 hitless at-bats yesterday. As you can hear the wind really picking up here. Right-handed hitter with a 1-0 count. Cormier's pitch is just on the outside corner for a called strike on a slider. Over this homestand, Mathis 2 for 16 with 5 strikeouts. He really struggles against the Midland Rockhounds. He is 3 for 26 against Midland with 10 strikeouts, but he hit very well in El Paso last week, going 10 for 16 with 4 RBIs. Mathis having a bit of an up and down first month, so he is hitting .299 with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in. Time called by the catcher, and Chris Snyder heads out to the mound for a talk with Cormier. And while they talk, we'll run the fielders down. They have Dan Ugla in left field, his second ever start in the outfield. Center fielder is Marlon Williams, also known as Smoke. Josh Kroger in right. Barden is the third baseman. Santos, a very strong arm at shortstop. Danny Richard at second, and Sean Llewell with the first. Snyder behind the dish, as he is right now. It's the 1-1 pitch to Mathis. Jams and pops it up behind first. Tough play here for the second baseman, Richard, and he dives for it and makes a spectacular catch in foul territory to end the first inning. But the Travs able to score a run on 2 hits. McPherson collects his 20th RBI to put the Travs up 1-0 as we get to the second inning on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-tank trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need to take a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to visit historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles. From luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations. Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 1319 Pike Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the yellow pages for more information. Go your own way with the National Car Rental.
I'm 71. I'm 65. I'm 68. I'm 53. I'm 70. I'm 47. And we've all had a heart attack. A heart attack can happen at any age. In fact, every year, nearly twice as many women die from heart disease than from all forms of cancer combined, making heart disease the leading killer of women. I'm 57. I'm 49. I'm 38. Baptist Health, Arkansas's premier heart care leader, is working to increase awareness of heart disease and its symptoms, and to let you know what you can do to prevent it, like paying attention to your diet, watching your blood pressure, and regular exercise. With a little effort on your part, you have the potential to add years to your life. For a free brochure about heart disease, call 1-888-BAPTIST or visit our website at baptist-health.com. Baptist Health, all our best.
Welcome back to Little Rock after the Travs took a first inning lead 1-0 on a Dallas McPherson run-scoring double. Phil Elton with you, and invitation to come back to the ballpark tomorrow with discount tickets available at any Ready Ice location. That would be most Exxon and Shell stations. Those tickets get you in for just $3. Finish off the homestand on Thursday with discount tickets in the Democrat Gazette sports section. Here in the top of the second inning, the leadoff batter is Chris Snyder, and he'll foul a fastball back from Tim Bittner, strike 1. Bittner allowed a 2-out single in the first to Brian Barden. Struck out 1 batter, got 2 outs by way of the fly ball. Snyder is a righty hitting .239. 3 homers, 17 runs batted in, and Bittner misses high and outside with a slider for a ball, 1-1. Following Snyder is Josh Kroger, then Sean Llewellyn. Snyder 1 for 5 yesterday. Knocked in a couple of runs. Took a walk, struck out twice as he takes ball 2, rolling in. Diablos decked out today in their purple jerseys. One of 2 teams that features the color purple in the uniform, the 2-1. Snyder takes it low, ball 3. Diablos changed colors and logos when they became a Diamondbacks affiliate a few years ago after the Brewers were the El Paso affiliate for years. The 3-1 fouled back for strike 3 and 2. And he joined the Wichita Wranglers as the purple teams in the Texas League. Or violet. And a little bit of fuchsia, it looks like, in the numbers. 3-2 count, they wind up, and Bittner's pitch is hit in the air to center. Got it well, that sends Murphy back to the 1-inch track, and he's got room in front of the track, slams on the brakes, and makes the catch for out number 1. So Snyder flies out to center to bring up Josh Kroger. Travs out in their regular home jerseys with the white uniforms. Red cursive traveler lettering splashed across the chest. And out of the 9 guys in the field wearing the Trav uniform, only one of them has the socks pulled up to his knee, and that is starting pitcher Tim Bittner, going the old school route. Bittner now facing lefty Josh Kroger, one of 2 lefties he'll face today. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner. Diablos hit lefties much better than they do against righties, hitting .287 against southpaws. 27 points higher than against right-handers. Bittner's pitch outside 1-1. We saw some real power from Kroger yesterday. A 3-run homer onto the interstate. A big hit in the Diablo 8-run rally in the 8th inning. Bittner kicks and delivers with a 1-1 and hits the batter. Kroger took it right on his right knee. But he's all right. Didn't even fall down, just drops the bat. Grimacing in pain, Kroger makes his way to first. So a 1-out base runner allowed by Tim Bittner as he hits his second batter of the season. And Sean Llewellyn stands in. Kroger with fairly good speed, and he'll take a lead off of first. First baseman Elward will play in front of him. Infield looks to turn 2. Llewellyn is a right-handed hitter. He went 0 for 4 yesterday, and he fouls the first pitch into the first base seat. Strike 1. Out of the 9 hitters that Diablo sent to the plate yesterday, Llewellyn was the only player without a base hit. He reached base twice in the 8th inning last night, starting off the frame, getting hit by a Cliff Smith fastball, and later took a walk, scored 2 runs in the inning as he bloops one over first. This one's trouble, and it gets down foul. Just over first base, and the first base umpire, Matt Taylor, was positioned about 10 feet away from the ball, and he had a good look at it. And he calls it foul. So the count is 0-2 on Sean Llewellyn. 1-0 score. The Travs lead in the top of the second inning. Diablos have the worst record in the Texas League, the only team with single-digit victories. They've won 9 games after yesterday's shellacking of the Travelers. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's low and inside for ball 1. Bittner has struck out 1 batter today, striking out the first man, Williams. 29 strikeouts on the season. Not necessarily a strikeout pitcher. Although he has struck out as many as 8 batters in a game this year. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 as Bittner racks up his second strikeout on the curveball. That'll bring up Dan Ugla, who entered yesterday's game hitless in 20 at-bats. Mazingo retired him in his first at-bat on a ground out to third, but in the 4th inning, Ugla's first hit in 21 at-bats knocked in Josh Kroger for a 2-0 advantage. And Kroger will walk back into first as Bittner checks on him. Third baseman Gomez, positioned even with the third base area. Middle infielder shaded up the middle. At first, Elward again holds the runner on in front of him. Set position by the pitcher Bittner. Ugla right-handed and another throw to first. While Kroger runs the bases well, he's not much of a steal threat. He's only attempted 3 steals this season. And he's been retired just once. Never stolen more than 6 bases in a year. Bittner at the belt. Ugla still waiting for his first pitch, and another throw to first by Bittner. He's not showing Kroger his best move, but he's just letting him know. He's not going to let him get too large of a lead. Ugla stepping back to the plate, hitting .184, homerless with 7 RBIs. Bittner ready again. He's thrown over to first 3 times, now to the plate, and the pitch is swung on and hit off the top of the first base roof, right back down to the first base seat. And picked up by one of our season ticket holders. Ugla finished yesterday with 3 hits, including 2 singles in the 8th inning, a bunt single and a base hit to right. 0-1 count, 2 away, top of the second. Bittner ahead, 0-1, and his pitch, fastball, called strike right down the middle. Bittner, formerly from the White Sox organization, signed in the 10th round of the 2001 draft from Marist University. He's an East Coast fellow from Reading, Pennsylvania, now lives in Wilmington, Delaware. 0-2 count on Ugla. Bittner to the plate. His pitch is low, ball 1. Bittner in his 4th season, second with the Angels, was traded by the White Sox July 31st last year. Career record 25-13, but as an Angel, he's 7-1. Actually, he's 8-1. Runner takes off. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Bittner strikes out Ugla on the slider and takes care of the Diablos in the 2nd inning. No runs, no hits. 1 runner left on base after a hit batsman. And we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Travs 1, Diablos nothing. Here on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Hey fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Ray Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, peace and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see there's something about the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Back in Little Rock to the bottom of the 2nd inning at Ray Winder Field, and the Travs with a 1-0 lead. They look to add to it as Rudy Gomez leads off against Lance Cormier, and there's a first pitch strike on the slider. 2 hits in the first for the Travs, an infield single by Alberto Callaspo, and an RBI double for McPherson. Another strike to Gomez on the same pitch, a slider at the knees, 0-2. Following Gomez is Mike Elworth and Jason Espito. Gomez hitting .282, was 0 for 4 yesterday, and he'll swing and miss at a fastball, strike 3. Cormier just attacking the outside part of the strike zone against Gomez. Rudy down on strike for just the 8th time this year. 1 away, and Mike Elworth will stand in. Elworth getting a chance to prove himself at Double-A, starting at first base pretty much every day with Casey Kotzman at Anaheim. And with the Travs not getting an everyday first baseman in return, he'll get a lot of PT. First pitch outside for a ball. And Elworth, who started the season on a 9-game hitting streak, gone 2 for his last 17 as he sends a liner to center right to Marlon Williams as he makes the catch. Elworth right on the ball, but right to the center fielder, and there's 2 out. A couple of sprinkles start to pick up once again here at Ray Winder Field. It's going to be this on-again, off-again, spit-at-you sort of thing. Just enough to make you a little bit uncomfortable. Jason Espito will swing and foul the pitch off for a strike. 1-0 Arkansas, bottom of the 2nd. Espito hitting .341 with 4 homers. And that pitch inside, ball 1. Wind is blowing right in from center field. The ball doesn't really seem like it's going to carry much today. 1-1, downstairs, ball 2. Very odd conditions for a ball game with storm cells popping up here and there. There's another strike on the inside corner. That tight slider that Cormier seems to favor when he needs a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on a Speedo. Cormier has struck out 2 men already. 2-2 pitch, and a Speedo couldn't check back on the swing as he follows through on the slider, strike 3. And Cormier takes care of the Travs in the second inning in order. So we go to the third, and Arkansas leads 1-0. Back after this.
New windows? You know you need them. Your energy bills are high, and your home is uncomfortable when your windows are drafty and noisy. So who can you count on for energy-efficient windows at a fair price? Sears Home Services. Call Sears now for a free in-home consultation and estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl framed windows have multi-pane glass that may help reduce your energy costs. They glide in smoothly, tilt in for easy cleaning, and are virtually maintenance-free. And Sears makes getting your new custom-fit windows easy and affordable. Just call 1-800-531-7785 for a free in-home estimate. Not available in all areas. Energy savings may vary depending on your home and windows selected. Ask your representative for written warranty. Products and services provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. So replace your old windows. Call Sears now at 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
This week in the sporting news,
we look back at a first month of major surprises in Major League Baseball. Who was the fast starters and early disappointments? And why should you expect the unexpected the rest of the way? Plus, the secret to success in the NHL playoffs and how Gary Payton and Tony Parker are out to prove a point in the Spurs-Lakers showdown.
It's all in the sporting news. On newsstands now. Or to subscribe, call 866-TFM-FANS. That's 866-876-3267. Or visit sportingnews.com. The Sporting News, the expert choice.
Moving into the third inning at blustery Ray Winder Field here in Little Rock, Arkansas. You are tuned to the Ticket, Total Sports 1380. I am Phil Elson with you. Game 31 of our 140-game season. Travs entered the game with an 18-win, 12-loss record. Only 6 of those wins have come at Ray Winder Field. They've dropped 6 games here, too. Meanwhile, the Travs are 12-6 on the road. Danny Richard leads off the third inning and fouls Tim Bittner's first offering out of play for a strike. Richard bats 9th in the order. He's hitting .189. He's followed by Marlon Williams and Sergio Santos at the top of the order. Richard left-handed. He brings the corner infielders up. Bittner's 0-1 is in there for strike 1 on the inside corner. Pardon me, strike 2. Richard, a pretty good fielder, but certainly not holding his own at the plate these days. And the 0-2 pitch is looped towards the third base seat, just off the front of the fence. Keeps the count 0-2. Bittner has struck out 3 batters, including the last 2 men of the second inning. They'll look for another strikeout here, and Richard was whipped 17 times. 0-2 pitch, jammed him, ground ball to second base. First chance for Justin Turner at second, and he makes the play perfectly and throws Richard out. 1 away in the third inning as we get our first look at Justin Turner in the field. Turner did play 1 inning of first base last night. We'll see him play second base and first base quite a bit. That's an odd combination. Turner provides a little bit of power from the left side and the versatility that Ty Boykin loves to have from his infielders. He's got pretty much this infield right here. They all can play a different position. A swing and a miss by Williams to start off his third inning at bat. For one thing, he's got Rudy Gomez at third base. His first start at third. He's also started games at second base and first. The 0-1, and Williams swings and misses strike 2. You got Alberto Cayasso, who was an everyday second baseman for the first 2 years of his career. Justin Turner has started a lot of games at first, and then you've got Mike Elwood, who plays both corners. Tim's 0-2, high and outside, ball 1. Arkansas 1, El Paso nothing in the top of the third inning. Bittner looks like he's got his good stuff today. Hopefully the weather just holds out. The 1-2 pitch fouled back. He came with a fastball towards the middle, and Williams just got a piece. Williams is due for a strikeout now and then. He's already whipped once, but 27 strikeouts against Marlon Williams this year, and only 109 at-bats. Pretty much on pace to strike out about 120 times. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 away, bases empty, top of the third. Bittner with a long look at the sign, and the left-hander gets that sign, hands over the head, the kick, and the pitch. And he pops him up behind the plate. This will hit the roof. And Williams stays alive on a foul ball. Santos on deck here in the top of the third inning. This time yesterday, the Diablos already had 4 hits and 1 run. They were very comfortable at the plate yesterday, even though Dan Mazingo pitched well in 6 innings. The Diablos still recorded 8 hits off them, so they were up there not getting seated. Williams takes the 1-2 high and outside. A close pitch, ball 2. El Paso as a team bats .269. They average about 4 3/4 runs per game. Williams gets under one, flies it towards right. Nick Gorneau into the gap to Kemp underneath the baseball, and Gorneau puts it away. 2 gone in the third inning, and it'll bring up Sergio Santos. 1-0 Travs in the top half of the third. Arkansas losing 2 consecutive ball games. With the 4-game set with the Midland Rockhounds, lose yesterday. But fear not, my fellow Trav fans. Travs were crushed by the Diablos on May 1st, 16-5, and won the next 3. Santos fouls one off right side out of play, strike 1. By the way, the sprinkles have subsided, but I'm sure those sprinkles will pop up once again. 0-1 count, and Bittner's pitch just on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-2. Today's home plate umpire Chris Griffith has a little bit of a slow strike call. Not that he's not making his decision quickly, but looks like he has a long look at the dugout and then points. After about 2 seconds, it's a little tough to figure out if he's calling it a ball or a strike. The 0-2 blowing in. Tried the slider, and that time Santos wasn't buying it. Santos is 0 for 1. He flied to center field in the first. Batting average just a hair above 300. Here's Bittner's 1-2. A changeup out of his shot towards shortstop. Paso comes in on the run. He gloves it, and the arm to first is right on the money. Bittner's 1-2-3 third inning keeps the Travs ahead 1-0. We go to the bottom half of the third. On the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Quatney Chevrolet is driving down prices and payments. 04 Malibu, 0 down and just $198 a month. $35 a month puts you in the driver's seat of a brand new Chevy Silverado. Discounts up to $10,000, rebates up to $5,000, and financing as low as 0% at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Drive away in a Chevy Colorado for 0 down and only $198 a month. Trail Place is just $298 a month. Only at Quatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. An American Revolution. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Now that the baseball season is here again, moms everywhere begin scouting for a cool, delicious recipe that won't take extra innings to make, like Del Monte's quick 3-bean salad. Simply combine a can of Del Monte cut green beans, a can of Del Monte waxed beans, a can of kidney beans, and a quarter cup of chopped red onions. Toss it together with some Italian oil and vinegar salad dressing, and you've got a quick score. Del Monte steps up to the plate with simple mealtime solutions that will have you saying, hey, I can do that. Look for Del Monte vegetables at your local Harvest Foods. Harvest Foods, an Arkansas company serving Arkansans.
Bottom of the third, Justin Turner steps to lead off for the Arkansas Travelers here in the third inning. 1-0 lead for the Travs. Turner gets his first at-bat of the game. Bill Elson here with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Turner steps in from the left side of the plate. He hit 194 in Rancho Cucamonga in 19 games. And he'll take the first pitch from Lance Cormier in a curveball, 1-0. Cormier set down 4 batters in a row since McPherson's RBI double in the first. 1-0 to Turner, downstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. Kayaspo on deck, then Tommy Murphy. 2 hits in the first inning for the 1 run. Cormier struck out 3, hasn't walked a batter. But Turner ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the right-hander's pitch, and Turner rips it towards second and over the second baseman to right field. And that's a base hit for Turner. Kroger cuts it off in the gap, fires it to the infield, threw it away, but thankfully for him, Cormier backed up from the pitcher's mound, keeping Turner at first with a leadoff single. We get back to the top of the Arkansas order, and Alberto Kayaspo, and before I forget, I want to wish one of our long-time season ticket holders, and probably one of the most hardcore Trav fans you could find, a speedy exit from the hospital, Becky DeQuirk. I know you're listening in on the Ticket Total Sports 1380 at a local hospital, I think in North Little Rock. We hope you get back here to the ballpark soon, and just hope that everything turns out all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, Becky. We know you wouldn't miss it. Count 1-0 on Kayaspo. He reached on an infield single in the first. Scored the only run today, and he fouls one back, strike 1. Becky and her husband Danny usually sitting on the first base side of the field. You know what? Probably the people miss them most are their compadres in the first 5 rows of the second section over from the dugout. They have their own family going on there. A baseball family here in Little Rock. The 1-1 to Kayaspo was low and in, ball 2. So Becky, we hope to see you at the ballpark, if not tomorrow or Thursday when the Travs come back into town next week. 2-1 on Alberto. Again, he's batting left-handed. Turner at first, and he has to dive in ahead of a pickoff throw. 1-0 Arkansas, bottom of the third inning. Scored a run off the league leader in ERA, Lance Cormier, in the first inning. But as I mentioned, Cormier has allowed most of his runs scored against him in the first inning this year. Another throw back to first, chasing Turner, and he's safe. Cormier has only allowed 5 runs after the first inning this year. Well, Travs might have gotten all that they can so far. There goes Turner running. Kayaspo swings and misses. The throw to second base is right on the money. Turner is out by about 5 feet. Once Kayaspo missed that slider, I think Turner knew he was dead to rights. And he wasn't going all that hard into second base. He is tagged out by the shortstop for the first out of the inning. 2-2 to Kayaspo. Backs him off the plate high and tight. Full count. Alberto back to the plate. Cormier quickly winds, and his curveball is hit up the middle and into center field. And Alberto Kayaspo is 2 for 2. So busted hit and run erases Turner from the bases, but Kayaspo replaces him at first. And here is player of the week, Tommy Murphy. Murphy really starting to blossom this year offensively. Angels have been waiting for a while for Tommy to get up to the offensive expectations. Believe it or not, Tommy hit under 200 in his second professional season as he takes a pitch outside for a ball. Murphy, a third-round pick of the Angels out of Florida Atlantic in the 2000 draft, hit under 200, split between Cedar Rapids and Rancho in the 2001 season. Very disappointing year. Tossed on to first and safe. Kayaspo gets back in. The next season, Murphy spent the entire year as a starting shortstop in Cedar Rapids and had a pretty good season, hitting .270 with 31 steals. Showed more power last year in the California League, belting 11 long balls. Another throw to first. Kayaspo gets back in. Murphy hit .267 last year in Rancho Cucamonga and continued to impress at shortstop with his strong arm. But now moved out to center field. It seems like Murphy has taken off with the bat as he swings and misses at a slow curveball. Strike 1. 1-0 lead for the Travs in the bottom of the third inning. Murphy used a sac bunt to push Caiazzo from first to second 2 innings ago, and that helped him score McPherson's double. Now Caiazzo at first base with 1 out, and a 1-1 count to Murphy. He hits left-handed. Third baseman Barden just at the cusp of the infield grass. Middle infielders ready to turn two. At first base, Llewellyn holds on Caiazzo, and he has to tag him once again as Alberto dives in ahead of the fourth pickoff throw of this series of pitches. This year, Murphy hitting .323 with the Travelers. 3 homers, so far he's on pace to set career highs in batting average and homers as he swings and misses at that very same breaking ball, strike 2. Not just learning to play a new position, but Murphy also shining at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Murph. Caiazzo takes the lead from first base to pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Murphy didn't even finish the swing as he snaps his wrist trying to hold back on the curveball, and Cormier strikes out his 4th batter. 2 Trav outs here in the bottom of the third, and right fielder Nick Gourneau stands in. He was the first strikeout victim in the first inning, taking a called third strike on the outside corner. 24th time that Gourneau has gone down on strikes this season. 2 outs, Caiazzo at first, and he has to dive back again. Cormier's thrown more throws to first base than he has to the plate over the last 5 minutes. Cormier ready at the stretch, and Caiazzo takes off the pitch low and away, throw to second base, right on the money, but not in time. Caiazzo steals his first base of the season. Good jump for Alberto. It was a perfect throw by the catcher Snyder. Right to second base where Richard accepted the ball and swept his glove across the base, but Alberto had already snagged the bag. And we'll see if Gourneau can bring in his 23rd run knocked home. 1-0 and the pitch to Nick. A strike on the outside corner on the slider. 1-1. Cormier was tempting Gourneau with sliders on the outside corner in the first inning and came back with a fastball on the outside corner to strike him out. So apparently he is not going to be bringing anything down the middle or inside, although the catcher sets up inside here, and Nick hits a 2-hopper, chops to the second baseman Richard, and he takes care of Gourneau by firing to first, and the Travs go scoreless in the third inning. Got a couple hits, but one man caught stealing and one man stranded at second. 3 innings in the books at Raywinder Field, and the Travs lead 1-0 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game, remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy foods at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3-a-day today? The power of team.
Stone Lakes Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique lake-style course and some of the most reasonable green fees around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lakes has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lakes. You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Travs baseball moves into the top of the fourth. Arkansas leads 1-0, and Tim Bittner ready for his first pitch of the inning. Ryan Barden the batter, and he'll take an outside fastball. Barden still has not been retired this series. He is 6 for 6, 1 walk, 4 singles and 2 doubles, including a single in the first inning today as he takes ball 2 low and outside. Barden, a right-handed hitter, followed by Kyle Nichols and Chris Snyder. Bittner has allowed only 1 hit over 3 innings and 2 base runners, 1 and a hit batsman. The 2-0 hit high to right field, close to the foul line. It spins foul and ends up in the groundskeeping shack. Strike 1. We'll share our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard with you this inning. 2 games already finished in the Texas League. And plenty games currently in action in the majors. First, the 2-1 to Barden. Fouled off the right side and over the first base route towards the parking lot. Strike 2. The 2 finals in the Texas League, one helping out the Travs as San Antonio shuts out Tulsa 1-0 in a 5.5-inning rain-shortened ball game. Some serious downpours came through Central Texas. 2-2 pitch. Barden swings, fouls it off again into the parking lot in right field. Actually bounced off the facade of the park. I'm not sure if we call the ballpark here in Little Rock with a facade. Just the top of a roof. There's a difference. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Barden strikes out, and finally, he is retired. First time Barden's had to do this in 2 days. Walk back into the dugout after not making it on base. They say baseball is a game of failure. And finally, Barden has failed. Kyle Nichols lined out in the first inning, and he steps to the plate with 1 away, bases empty. Travs lead 1-0. Left-handed Bittner has struck out 4 batters. First pitch high and inside, ball 1. San Antonio picks up that 1-0 victory. That'll help the Travs out. Entering today's games, the Drillers were only 2 games in back of Arkansas, but now they get to 2.5 back. Here's the 1-0. And that's at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Only run of the game scored on Greg Dobbs' solo homer. The Mission's third baseman with 3 homers on the season finished the game 2 for 2. 1-1 pitch is very high, ball 2. Winning pitcher for the Missions was Juan Doan, who pitched around 6 walks and 2 hits. For 5 2/3 scoreless innings for his second win. Tim Rawls struck out the only batter he faced for his first save. 2-1 pitch to Nichols. Swung on, fouled back to the screen right in front of us. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The other final score comes out of Frisco, where the Midland Rockhounds continue their hot stretch, winning their 3rd game in a row, 10-3 against the Rough Riders. 3 long balls in the game for the Hounds. 2 off the bat of third baseman Mark Tian, who now has 5 home runs on the season. Nichols grounds one slowly towards the hole at short, way off the line. Gomez from third makes the play, and he flips to first base for the second out. 2 gone, and here's Chris Snyder. 2 homers for Frisco, although they lost their second straight. Marshall McDougal and Patrick Boyd went deep. Brad White earned the victory with 5 2/3 sharp innings. He's 2 and 3. Travis Hughes suffers a loss, allowing 3 runs in 1 inning of work. Snyder fouls one off the right side. He's 0 for 1 and a fly out to center in the second inning. One other game in progress right now. It's a 1-1 tie between Wichita and the Round Rock Express. Wranglers are 1 game in back of the Travs. The 0-1 pitch inside on the slider, ball 1. We'll get to the Major League scores momentarily, including the Anaheim Angels-New York Yankees game, in which Casey Kotzman is starting at first base at Yankee Stadium today. The 1-1 just off the outside corner, ball 2. Kotzman knocked in a run with a sac fly in his Major League debut, starting at first base again. 2-1, fouled over the first base seat, strike 2. Travs also lost another player today with Casey Smith sent from Arkansas's roster to Salt Lake. Former Traveler Brian Speck injured his shoulder in a rundown and is out for at least a week, so Casey Smith will get a chance to show his stuff at AAA for the first time, and good luck, Casey. 2-2 pitch to Snyder. He jams him, grounds it towards third. Nice backhanded play by Rudy Gomez. Takes his time, and the arm to first is fired right on the money. And that's an easy inning for Tim Bittner, 1-2-3. He set down 8 batters in a row. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and the Travs lead 1-0 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Meet Bob, the carpenter. He's smart, he's a pro, and he wants the best for his family. What does he do? Join the union. Bob knows that a union carpenter maximizes his earning power, gets family insurance, and a pension plan he can count on. Plus, a union carpenter has access to union training, learning new skills, and advancing his career. Carpenters, pile drivers, floor layers, and millwrights. Join now and start enjoying the benefits. Call the Arkansas Regional Council of Carpenters at 501-568-2500 for more information.
What's up, Sprite Remix Tankers? Jermaine the Street, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Some down south flavor. Taste it.
I like that taste, but Swiss Beats is gonna give you a different flavor. East Coast now, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Berry Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Berry Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
Take and Check is the Great American Barbecue House, featuring rib dinners, barbecue sandwiches, gourmet sandwiches, catfish, burgers, choice steak, country fried steak, chicken, and more. Your whole family will enjoy Take and Check. There's a kids menu for the little ones, and now for those watching those carbs, Take and Check features a low-carb menu with the same great taste Take and Check is famous for. Dine in or carry out. For large groups and parties, Take and Check caters too. Take and Check, 7824 Highway 107 in Sherwood. Open 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380 is brought to you this season by Take and Check, the Great American Barbecue House, located in Sherwood on Highway 107. Take and Check features all your favorite barbecue plates, plus the fixings, and a great family atmosphere. You can check out the menu online at takeandcheck.com or call 501-834-6150 for Take and Check. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Travs DH Dallas McPherson leads off against Lance Cormier. Jeff Mathis and Rudy Gomez will follow. Cormier has allowed 4 hits, 1 run. It was McPherson's RBI double that gave the Travs the lone run of the ball game, and only 2 hits since then. And the first pitch Dallas takes inside for a ball. Mathis and Gomez after him. McPherson, a left-handed hitter. That's the 1-0 pitch inside for ball 2. Checking out some scores in the major leagues. Anaheim Angels right now in a rain delay at Yankee Stadium, though Angels lead 4-2 in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-0. Dallas takes a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike for the Travs third baseman. Troy Glaus hit his 11th homer of the season to lead the American League and part of a 3-run first against Kevin Brown. McPherson, a broken bat dunker over third. Base hit down the line, and into the bullpen goes Ugla to field the ball. He'll throw to second, but McPherson already there with a leadoff double. Dallas 2 for 2. 2 doubles, and the Travs in business in the fourth inning. Might have been the weakest double of McPherson's season. Sounded like he broke his bat, but still able to send it over the third baseman for his 10th double of the year. Ties in with Nick Gorno for the team lead. Here's Jeff Mathis, who fouled out in the first on a very nice diving catch by Danny Richard. McPherson will take his lead from second. We'll get back to those major league scores in a second. First pitch, a strike on a curveball, 0-1. Boston and Cleveland tied at 2 in the top of the 8th inning. Red Sox only a half game up on the Yankees. Meanwhile, Cleveland 5 games under 500. It's Kapler and David Ortiz hitting home runs for the Red Sox. 0-1 to Mathis. The fastball is inside, 1-1. Oakland and Detroit tied at 4 after 6 innings of play. Dye and Crosby hitting homers for the Athletics. Texas and Tampa Bay also tied at 3. Nix and Blaylock hitting home runs for the Rangers. And that game tied in the 8th inning. Mathis takes ball 2 inside, 2-1. White Sox leading Baltimore 5-zip in the top of the 5th. Royals and Blue Jays scoreless in the top of the 5th inning. Blue Jays have won 6 straight. Mariners in Minnesota 1-1 in the top of the 4th at the Metrodome. Mathis swings at the 2-1, hits it foul down the third base line on a chopper, strike two. In the National League, Pirates in Colorado just getting underway in Denver. Bucks have lost 6 straight and now doing without Raul Mondesi for the rest of the season as he decides to spend the rest of the year in the Dominican Republic. Cardinals 2, Braves 1 on the top of the fourth as St. Louis looks to get over 500. Milwaukee trails Montreal 1-0. A solo homer by Termel Sledge. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Mathis, nobody out, bottom of the fourth. McPherson at second, and the Cormier's fastball is high and inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. One other score comes out of Houston. Ramon Castro, with his third home run of the season, gives the Marlins a 1-0 lead. Roger Clemens looking for his 7th win to start the year, but he's already behind 1-0. Mathis swings out the 3-2 and hits it foul off the end of the bat. Keeps the count full. Right now, Brad Penny out pitching the Rocket, although Clemens has struck out 7 batters in 4 innings. So that's your Major League scoreboard. We'll give you the probable pitchers in the 4 other games in the National League later tonight. Just a second. First, the 3-2 count on Mathis. Cormier delivers a slider. It's popped up behind first. Llewellyn hustling over towards the groundskeeping shack. He better stay in play, and he fumbles the ball, and it ends up all out of play, right off his glove. Llewellyn, playing in just his 2nd game at Raywinder Field, understands that when you go from the dirt warning track to the concrete over by the groundskeeping area, that it is out of play. Once you step on the asphalt in the groundskeeping area, you are officially out of play, and doesn't matter if you catch the ball, drop the ball, or let it fall into your pants. The ball's dead. So Llewellyn tried to lean over the threshold, and that cost him the out. That's not an error. That's a tough play. 3-2 pitch to Mathis. Outside, ball 4. And he takes his base down to first. First walk of the ball game, and the Traps have 2 men on and nobody out. New addition to Raywinder Field this year is modern music to fire up the fans. I'm having trouble. I love Van Halen. Yes, it is modern music, but it's 20 years old. Good stuff. A little rock and roll at the ballpark never hurt anybody. Squaring around, Gomez takes a strike on the low outside corner. Rudy struck out on 3 pitches in the 2nd inning. Has fairly good bat control, and Ty Boykin is asking him to bunt the runners both into scoring position. So the corner infielders play on the infield grass. Middle infielders ready to charge to whatever base they need to. Gomez squares around, takes the curveball outside, the snap throw to second, and McPherson snips it out and gets back in. 1 ball, 1 strike to Gomez. Later on tonight in the National League, big series at Dodger Stadium between the Cubs and the Dodgers. Should be an outstanding, exciting series to watch. Cubs in 2nd place in the NL Central Division. 2 games in back of Houston. Gomez squares and takes ball 2 low and away, 2-1. Dodgers, the surprise in baseball this year, at 20-10, the 2nd best record of the majors, best record in the National League. They've won 4 straight, and they're 2 games ahead of San Diego. Terry Wood against Jeff Weaver tonight. Game starts at 9:10 Arkansas time. 2-1 pitch to Rudy. He tried to bunt it and fouls it out the catcher. Strike 2. Mets and Diamondbacks battle in Phoenix. A couple of lower division ball clubs. Leiter and Dispenza, the star pitchers. Reds and Padres in San Diego. David Wells against former Midland Rockhound Aaron Harang. And the Phillies visit San Francisco. Kevin Millwood against former Shreveport righty Jerome Williams. 2-2 pitch. Gomez looking to bunt it, and he bunts it foul, and that is a strikeout. There's on the 2-strike pitch. Bunted it off the very end of the bat and rolled past the third base foul line. Nothing Arkansas here in the bottom of the 4th. New batter up, Mike Elward. Elward lined out in the second inning directly to the center fielder Marlon Williams. Right-handed, Elward will take a strike down the middle. McPherson at second base. He started the fourth inning with a double to the left field line. Mathis then walked before Gomez failed to bunt the runners up. 0-1 on Elward, right-handed hitter, and he'll take inside, ball one. Cormier seems to be always around the strike zone, even with pitches he misses with. He doesn't miss by much. This is the kind of pitcher that keeps the game rolling along. And we have two pitchers that are sort of dealing the same way. 1-1 to Elward. He'll foul it back. Strike two. Last night, we had a game just motoring along over the first 6 innings. Only took about an hour and a half. And any time you have an 8-run inning, it's going to hold things up a little bit. Cormier leans in. The right-hander gets the sign. Catcher Snyder sets up on the outside corner. Elward swings and misses. Strike three. Mike trying to hold back on that slider, and you can tell that the Travs are getting fooled on the breaking pitches. On all the check swings, strikeout. Happened to Espedo in the second inning. Same with Murphy in the third. Cormier struck out 6 batters in 3 2/3 innings. Here's Espedo, who struck out in his only at-bat, and he'll take ball one. Espedo, part of a 1-2-3 second inning. Cormier looking to get out of a tough spot here in the fourth, where he has 2 runners on base and nobody out. Righty versus lefty situation here. Espedo hitting .341 for the season. The 1-0 pitch jams him and he fouls it into the first base seats right off the fence. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espedo is one of 3 Travs in the batting average leader department. He ranks 9th in the Texas League at .341. Kochman still on the leaderboards at .368, third best. And Gourneau has the 6th highest batting average at .348. 1 ball, 1 strike on Espedo. He'll take a slider for a strike inside corner, and man, that pitch is Cormier's bread and butter. And if he doesn't like bread and butter, it's his tortillas and salsa. Go back to that slider. Whenever he looks for a strike, we're looking for it here. The pitch, a fastball, just missed inside. Watching Lance Cormier pitch, you'd understand why you don't have to throw 95 miles an hour to get strikeouts. He's keeping hitters off balance, using deception in order to get his whip. The 2-2, Espedo swings, fouls it off his foot. That same slider, and Espedo stays alive. Walks away from the batter's box after he crunched his foot. Espedo patiently waits for Cormier to step back on the mound. Runners take their lead. McPherson away from second base. Mathis away from first. They've just been walking back and forth to those bags for the last 4 or 5 minutes. The 2-2, Espedo swings and misses at a ball in the dirt, strike 3. Snyder will finish off the inning by firing to first. Cormier strikes out the side after 2 men reach to finish them off in the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 runners left. We have played 4 innings complete at Raymond Field. Your Travs lead the Diablos 1-0. Back after this on the ticket, Total Sports 1380.
95% of the population wear the wrong size shoes. Did you know that your foot grows your whole lifetime? When was the last time you had your foot measured? Wearing the wrong size shoes is the #1 cause of foot problem. Come into Top Shoes and let us measure your feet and fit you properly. If your feet hurt or you don't want your feet to hurt, come into Tops. And while you're at it, join our Tip Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes.
Dr. Pepper, the face of originality, Dr. Pepper. Salute individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what to do, something better. Dr. Pepper.
AgPro knows your patience. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Traveler baseball moves into the top of the fifth inning at Ray Winder Field. The night has settled into Central Arkansas. Very comfy evening. It might even get a little bit cooler later tonight. About the mid-70s right now. We might even get into the high 60s by the end of the ball game. Travs lead 1-0. Josh Kroger leads off in the fifth against Tim Bittner. First pitch, swinging a little grounder towards first, hugging the line. And also hugging that line, Mike Elward, as he picks up the ball, steps on the base, and there's one out. 9 in a row set down by Tim Bittner ever since he hit Kroger with a pitch in the second inning. The announcer, Kevin Cruz, had to hold back on that one for a split second just to make sure he got the name right. It's a tough name to keep saying, Sean Luelwitz. Luellwitz. Just a lot of lip movement to get those syllables in there. A strike on the first pitch to Luelwitz, who struck out in the second. Tall right-handed hitter who's 0 for 5 in the series and hitting just a shred above 200. Bittner's 0-1. Fastball fouls back. Strike 2. Fans join the Travs this Thursday as we wrap up the homestand in Ray Winder Field. North Little Rock Community Night at the ballpark with free tickets. That's right, free tickets in North Little Rock. It's Sonic Drive-In, and it's only the Sonic Drive-Ins in North Little Rock. Stone Links Golf Course out on Faulkner Lake Road. Blue Hill Wrecker, the North Little Rock Ad and Promo Commission, as well as our flagship radio station, the Tickets Total Sports 1380, and the North Little Rock Times also with those tickets. And they're free tickets, so go pick them up. Foul ball up the right side, still 0-2. If you can't get those free tickets in North Little Rock, pick up a copy of the Democrat Gazette Sports section. It'll be a $3 coupon in the sports section. Luelwitz pulls the grounder towards short, takes a 9-top right up to Kayaslo's chest, and he fields it and tosses across, and there's 2 gone. We'll be playing Academy Sports and Outdoors Bingo between innings for prizes throughout the ball games. That is in 2 days, Thursday, May 13th at Ray Winder Field. Gates open at 6:10. First pitch at 7:10. Of course, you can purchase your tickets online at www.travs.com or just show up at the box office either today, tomorrow, or Thursday. Here's Dan Ugla standing to the plate, right-handed hitter with the bases empty and 2 outs, and he fouls the first pitch over the first base seats for a strike. Ugla, a strikeout victim in the second, one of 4 batters that Bittner has struck out. Tim has retired 11 hitters in a row. Third baseman Gomez playing just a bit in. Middle infielder's back. Deep at second is Turner. 1-0 pitch high and outside. Pardon me, that was an 0-1 pitch, so the count now is 1-1. Travs on the road Thursday through Monday. Back here in Little Rock on Tuesday for the Exxon family night. Another 8-game homestand Tuesday the 18th through the 25th. A comebacker and a leaping grab by Bittner. Fine play by Tim, and he flips to first to finish the inning. Bittner has had 3 successive perfect innings. He's only allowed 1 hit in 5 frames. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Travs lead 1-0 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look at your things. Grab the other book.
When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the yellow directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YB-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
1-0 lead for the Arkansas Travelers. We slide on into the bottom of the fifth. Bill Elson here with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Pitchers in control right now. Lance Cormier of the El Paso Diablos allowing 5 hits over 4 innings and 1 run. Here's Justin Turner taking a first pitch strike. Cormier, however, has been fun to watch. He struck out 7 batters in 4 innings, including 3 batters in a row to finish off the 4th. Turner takes inside 1-1. Justin, left-handed hitter, single to start off the 3rd inning. Travs have had the leadoff batter reach in 3 of 4 innings today, scoring 1. 1-1. Turner takes that slider for a strike on the inside corner, 1-2. Following Justin, shortstop Alberto Callaspo and Tommy Murphy. Cormier not wasting time as he kicks and delivers. The pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Cormier and Bittner locking horns in an old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Of course, we had a pitcher's duel through 6 innings yesterday, and then the bottom dropped out on the Travs end, and El Paso rallied for 8 runs in the 8th inning. They scored 10 runs after the 7th. 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th, and 8 in the 8th. Turner fouls one back. Still 1-2 on the Travs second baseman. I mentioned Casey Smith was called up to Salt Lake today, which opens up a spot for Turner to get some playing time. 1-2 pitch is low and in, 2-2. Count is 3-2. Scoreboard had it wrong. And here's the payoff pitch to Justin. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 8th strikeout for Lance Cormier. Another one on the breaking ball. And it'll bring up Alberto Callaspo. Folks, the Travs have 5 hits today. 2 from Callaspo, 2 from Dallas McPherson, and 1 from Justin Turner. Now, I mentioned about Casey Smith going up to Salt Lake, filling in for Brian Speck. There have been so many injuries with the big league club that has pilfered the talent from the AAA team. As Callaspo backs off the plate, in fact, jumps away from it on an inside fastball, 1-0. As the Stingers were forced to use a second-year pro named Billy Boyer as their second baseman for 2 games. Callaspo swings a grounder to the hole at second. Llewellyn's playing way off the line, backhands it, flips to the pitcher, and Cormier hustles to first and beats Callaspo for the second out. 2 gone in the 5th, and here's Tommy Murphy. So that'll tell you how strapped for talent right now that minor league system of the Angels is. And they still have a lot of talent in the system. But without all those injuries at the big league club, Casey Kotzman would still be in Arkansas, and Casey Smith would probably still be in Arkansas as well. Some people have asked how come Rob Quinlan didn't get a chance to take over at first base when Erstad went down with the injury. And apparently the question is answered by the Angels. First pitch to Murphy in the dirt for a ball. The Angels apparently do not view Quinlan as an everyday first baseman. For one thing, he's a little more versatile. He can play outfield and third base if needed, and with all the injuries, the Angels do need fill-ins at a lot of positions. 1-0 to Murphy, a slider for a strike. Murphy has used a sac bunt and a strikeout today. Well, the plain, simple reason is Casey Cochran is the top player in the Angels minor league system, and they wanted to see if he's ready. Fastball high and inside to Murphy, ball two. And you feel for Quinlan, because he has done nothing but hit at every level of baseball. The 2-1, and Murphy checks back the swing. They'll appeal to third. Delphine Colon says he didn't go, so the count 3-1. Quinlan, who was a Texas League All-Star, was the PCL MVP in 2002 and continued to hit last year in the PCL. 3-1 to Murphy. Fastball outside, ball four, and Murph takes his base. The second walk issued by Cormier, just his ninth on the season. A 1-0 Trav lead here in the bottom of the fifth, and Nick Corneau comes to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on. So Quinlan up in the major leagues is the Stingers doing without their everyday first baseman. They were expecting, of course, to get Cochran, which doesn't happen. As a fastball to Gorneau is right down the middle. Nick is 0 for 2. Took a called third strike in the first inning and grounded out in the third. Nothing in one, and Cormier fires to first. If you remember watching Quinlan play, he was a very steady, dependable first baseman, both in the field and offensively. Nothing flashy. A good line drive stroke. A little bit of power here and there, but let's face it, Casey Cochran is a can't-miss prospect, and I guess it was time to see if he could handle it. Murphy running on the pitch. Nick grounds it over the mound towards second. Picked up by the shortstop, Santos, and he throws to first instead of stepping on second. And Gorneau is 0 for 3. Travs go down in the fifth inning, leaving Murphy at first base. And we've played 5 in the Little Rock. Travs 1, Diablos nothing. We'll come back after this break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Power on. Plug in. And you get benefits with a club with a consistent where you live.
Power up at the Electric Cowboy, I-30, the Chico Road exit, where there's always something going on. Electric Cowboy open Wednesday through Sunday. Doors open at 7:30 each night. And just listen to all that's going on. Wednesday night, ladies' night. Ladies in the door by 10 p.m. get $5 cash. Plus, free dance lessons at 8 p.m. And enjoy $1.50 long necks till midnight. Then, Thursday nights, it's $1 long necks and $2 pitchers. Plus, live music every Thursday night. Yeah, there's always something going on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit.
Power on at the Electric Cowboy, I-30 at the Chico Road exit. Doors open 7:30 Wednesday through Sunday.
An accident involving a large truck can cause a lot of damage. If you're injured, you need a law firm that knows what they're doing. And while facts differ and results vary, we've got a verdict as large as $12.5 million in a single tractor-trailer case. Put this experience on your side. Call us at Gary Eubanks & Associates. We'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
Hear the voice of Mad Mike at Ray Winder Field calling out the bingo numbers on a Tuesday evening. Of course, we play bingo every Tuesday and Thursday night at Ray Winder Field. On Tuesday, Villa Italian Restaurant Golden Corral Bingo. Fans play bingo for dinners. It's one of Little Rock's favorite Italian restaurants, and old Golden Corral. I can't think of Golden Corral without thinking of fried chicken and biscuits. Danny Richard leads off the sixth. He'll take outside from Tim Bittner. 1-0 Arkansas leads, and Richard takes a strike. Bittner has not allowed a base runner since the second inning. 11 men in a row set down since he hit Josh Kroger with a pitch in the second. 1 base hit to the Diablos, and that was off the bat of Brian Barton in the first. Richard takes downstairs, ball 2, hit the dirt. Over the course of 5 innings, Bittner striking out 4 hitters. No walks, and a 1-hit batter. Corner infielders up, Richard left-handed. 2 balls, 1 strike, and Bittner's pitch. A fastball grounded towards Kyle, goes short. He'll make the play and throw to first for the out. Alberto seemed a little bit hesitant to get down on the ball, as that pretty much looked like the exact same play in which it took a bad hop off the infield dirt last night and smacked Alberto on the side of the head. This time it stayed down, and Cosmo able to get the out at first, so that is 12 in a row retired by Tim Bittner. Back to the top of the Diablos order, and center fielder Smoke Williams. Williams 0 for 2. He struck out and slid to right. Corner infielders in again, and Williams takes the ball low, 1-0. Of the last 8 batters Bittner's faced, 1 strikeout and 7 ground ball outs, including 6 grounders in a row. Williams check swing. They will appeal. Did he go? Yes, says first base umpire Matt Taylor on the fastball. So the count is 1-1. No runs on 1 base hit and no errors for El Paso. Travs at 1 run on 5 hits and no errors. Tim Bittner in command of this game, though the margin is just 1 run. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Strike 2. That looks like Bittner's dialing it up a little bit when he needs to. I can't see the radar gun readings from here, but it looks like Bitt's throwing a little harder than I've seen. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Williams, and he swings a liner to left field. Right to Jason Espedo. He hangs in the bear scratch and makes the catch. 2 gone. Of course, Espedo has to deal with that huge bear scratch in the outfield after the torrential downpours in mid-April caused a puddle in left field. Trav fixed that puddle by dumping sand and diamond dry in that hole, and now dealing with what we'll call the bear scratch for the rest of the season. Sergio Santos fouled the pitch back, strike 1. Santos 0 for 2. He's fly to center. He's grounded to short. Nothing in 1 on Santos. Left-hander Bittner kicks, and his pitch is in the dirt about 2 feet in front of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bittner picked up his 3rd win of the season, last time out, defeating Midland 8-5, as he opened the series with that victory against the Rockhounds. 1-1 count. Bittner's pitch. High fastball, 2-1. Tim started the year 2-0. Back, he started his Angels career 7-0 after the deal from the White Sox. Took his first loss as an Angel on April 20th. Pitch popped up by Santos out of play. Strike 2. Couple of no decisions for Bittner after his first loss. No decision at Tulsa in a 5-4 loss. No decision at Midland on April 30th in an 8-7 victory, and probably his shakiest start of the year. Ball fouled off the right side, still 2-2. No matter what, any game Bittner has pitched in, the Travs have at least had a chance to win. Over his 6 previous starts, Travs have dropped 2 of them, and both of those losses by 1 run. 2-2 pitch just below the knees, and that'll run the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's the first full count that Bittner has had to go to since the first batter he faced, Williams, in the first inning. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's popped up on top of the first base roof. Bittner's fastball wasted by Santos, making him work deeper in the count than any batter today. Travs 1, Diablos nothing, top half of the 6th. So far, a very crisp, well-played, well-pitched game. Santos steps back in after the umpire got 3 new baseballs. Bittner puts the ball inside the glove. He winds up, and the 3-2 swung on. Slow chopper towards third. Here comes Gomez, the bare hand, and he'll hold on to the ball. Smart move by Rudy, just squeezing the ball. Nothing he could do. Rudy playing behind third base, and Santos picks up the keeping. Infield single snapped Bittner's consecutive batters retired. He had retired 12 men in a row. Actually, 13 men in a row. Now Brian Barden, 1 for 2, had the only other base hit as he takes a high fastball. Barden's 2-out single in the first inning was his 6th base hit of the series. Bittner retired him on the 4th with a strikeout. Tim's 1-0, sprayed foul over the first base route. 1 strike on Brian Barden. Barden had his first 5-hit game of his career yesterday. So did Kyle Nichols, so I figure that's been the best game of their career. They can only go down from here. 1 strike, Bittner to the plate, and the pitch tapped right behind the plate, foul. Mathis barehanded it, but the ball was again behind the plate, so the count is 1-2. The rain has stopped. We haven't had a sprinkle for about 30 or 40 minutes. And now that I've said that, you can expect it to thunderstorm any minute now. 1-2 pitch. Barden swings. Line drive. Foul over the groundskeeping area. A couple of the interns weren't ready for that one. One of them almost got hit. Still 1-2. Wind picks up every once in a while and blows some papers around our outdoor press box. But as far as the rain is concerned, right now we're pretty much in the clear. Runner takes off on the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. Barden strikes out again to end the 6. 6 shutout innings for Tim Bittner. 2-hit baseball as he strands a runner at first. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. The Travs leading 1-0. Tight game tonight on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Accident involving a large truck.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
My company is currently going through a transition, and I'm part of that transition. I needed new technology, new ideas for a changing market.
Norman Petit earned a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Electronics Engineering Technology in 2002 and a Bachelor of Applied Science degree in Automated Manufacturing Technology in 2003 from the ITT Tech in Indianapolis, Indiana.
My education at ITT Tech was the right decision for me.
To find out more about ITT Technical Institute, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web at itt-tech.edu. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future.
Homeowners, are you tired of paying?
Hit a home run with your family tonight. Whether you're planning a meal before the game or snacks for the game. Remember to include milk, cheese, and yogurt in the game plan. 3 servings a day of dairy is the right amount to help keep your body healthy. It's easy. Just look for the 3-a-day logo on your favorite calcium-rich dairy food at your local retailer. For more information, including recipes and coupons, visit www.3aday.org. Have you had your 3 a day today? The power of team.
Travs look to add to this 1-0 lead as we get to the bottom of the 6th at Ray Winder Field here on a fairly windy, wouldn't even say frigid, but a little less than what we would be used to. It's had about 80 degrees the last few days. Dallas McPherson leading off the 6, 2 for 2, and the first pitch is hit down the first baseline. It's a fair ball. Right fielder Kroger having trouble with the ball in the corner, and McPherson digging for third base, and he stands up at third with a leadoff triple. It won't be a triple for McPherson. Award him a double and an error on the right fielder Kroger. He certainly bobbled the ball in the foul fence, allowing McPherson that extra base. So McPherson 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. And now the Travs have that all-important insurance run at third base with nobody out. Now the Travs have had some trouble with men in scoring position today. They had 2 runners on base in the 4th and nobody out and couldn't score anybody. Jeff Mathis swings at the first pitch, pops it up behind the plate, Snyder over to the fence, and the ball just hits the chicken wire and falls right to the catcher. He looked a little upset when he caught that ball off the chicken fence. Strike 1 on Mathis. He's looking to bring in McPherson from third base. The infield is halfway in. Mathis is 0 for 1. He fouled out in the first, took a walk in the 4th. on the season, 15 runs batted in. Cormier from the stretch with an 0-1 count. The pitch to Mathis inside on the hands, ball one. A 1-0 Travs lead. They were given that lead 4 batters into the bottom of the first inning when McPherson's first double knocked home Caiazzo from second base. Here's the 1-1, and Mathis swings and pops it up out of play on the right side, strike 2. McPherson was stranded at second base after his double in the first. Caiazzo left at second base in the third inning. And McPherson and Mathis, who made it on base in the fourth with nobody out, didn't even get to third base. 1-2 to Mathis downstairs. 2-2. Cormier has struck out 8 batters this evening. His season-high total is 10 strikeouts in his last start in 7 innings. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt and a fine block by Snyder. Pitch was about 2 feet in front of the plate and a foot outside, and Snyder, showing some pretty quick reflexes, pounced on it. Mathis has a full count. Cormier has walked a couple batters. This pitch, slow chopper towards third. Barton charges in. McPherson will score. Throw to first is in time. Mathis with the RBI ground out, 5-3. And the Travs ahead 2-0. So Mathis with a little chopper to third base. Didn't need him to drive the ball towards the outfield as he knocks in his 16th run of the season. So Bittner has some insurance to work with, and so does the Travs bullpen, which has really scuffled in recent times. Bases are empty here in the 6th, 1-run home, and Rudy Gomez stands in 0 for 2. Cormier to the windup, and a slider grounded over the mound towards center, and a diving stop by Richard, and the ball scoots away from him, and Gomez reaches on an infield single. Even if Richard fielded that ball cleanly, he didn't have much of a shot at Gomez. That's base hit number 7 for the Travs today. And now Arkansas first baseman Mike Elworth steps to the plate. Before he sees the pitch, the Diablos send their pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre Jr. out to the mound, and they'll get the bullpen with a little bit of action. The rest of the infield will join as well on the pitcher's mound, and it looks like the Diablos might get 2 pitchers warming up. One of them looks like number 29. That's Doug Slatton, a left-handed pitcher. And they are going to get 2 pitchers warming up, so the manager of the Diablos, Scott Coolbaugh, will be using some lefty-righties. Home plate umpire Chris Griffith wants to break up that meeting on the mound, and he does so. Fielders go back to their positions. 2 pitchers warming up for the Diablos, a lefty and a righty. Diablo right-hander is Scott Barber. Runner at first is Rudy Gomez. Elworth, the batter, 0 for 2. Struck out in the 4th. Lined to center in the 2nd. Cormier fires to first, and Gomez gets back in. Our baseball birthday today, Rip Sewell. Born today, May the 11th, 1907, in Decatur, Alabama. First pitch to Elworth. He'll swing, grounded towards third. Barton backhands it. He'll fire to second base for 1 out. Richard to first. And that is an inning ending. 5-4-3. Double play. Turns quite well. Elworth doesn't run very well. We sure saw the proof on that. But the Travs do rally for 1 run of the 6th inning on 2 hits and an error. And we'll go into the top of the 7th. Travs 2, Diablos nothing here on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Recently, a leading consumer magazine did a report on retirement planning, and one of the things they recommend you do is to reshop your old life insurance policy and see if you can save serious money. Term Busters can help you reshop your old policy, particularly if you're 45 or older, in good health, and know the value of having $1 million or more in term life insurance coverage. Here's one example. A man age 45, non-tobacco user, issue preferred, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. That's less than $3 a day for $1 million in term life insurance coverage. Call Term Busters now. 800-957-6066. Be on top of your financial game plan. Find out if you're paying too much for your existing term life insurance policy. 800-957-6066. 800-957-6066. 800-957-6066.
Homeowners, are you tired of painting your house every few years? Then stop this endless cycle of painting forever with vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free, and Sears makes it easy and affordable. Call now for free in-home estimate. 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License number available on request. That's vinyl siding from Sears. 1-800-531-7785.
Six innings already in the books. Here's Ray Winterfield. A fine game thus far. Here are your totals. The El Paso Diablos, no runs on 2 hits and 1 error. The Arkansas Travelers, 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Tim Bittner comes back for the mound for his 7th inning of work. Bittner, a fine start. Might be his finest of the season so far, though we know it does have another inning or so left in his arm. Right-hander Cam Esslinger begins to throw in the Travs bullpen. Kyle Nichols leads off the 7th and takes a strike on the first pitch. Bittner hasn't walked a batter. He's hit 1. He's registered 5 strikeouts and sets down 13 batters in a row at one point. Here's the 0-1 to Nichols. Right-hander, he fouls it back, strike 2. Nichols is 0 for 2. First inning lined out to right field. And in the 4th inning, grounded out to third base. Chris Snyder on deck, then Josh Kroger. Bittner's been keeping this Diablo team off balance. His fastball is spotted very well, throwing with great control. Nichols sends a liner over first, and it's a fair ball down the right field line. This might be an extra base hit. Borno cleans it up in the corner, fires to the infield, but Nichols is at second with a leadoff double. First extra base hit for the Diablos, their 3rd hit of the game. Nichols 1 for 3 on his 5th double of the season. So the Diablos have something working here in the 7th inning. Chris Snyder stands in. Boy, that 1 run the Travs scored in the bottom of the 6th may turn out to be huge. Snyder is 0 for 2. Fly to center, ground to third. Corner infielders come in. Snyder doesn't show bunt. He takes the pitch outside, and that sends the catcher Mathis to the mound to speak with Bittner. By the way, I was mentioning about Rip Sewell, our baseball birthday today. Former All-Star with Pittsburgh in the 40s, a 4-time All-Star, 3 years during World War II, and he was the inventor of the Ephus pitch. Remember that Ephus pitch was sort of a lob pitch that went straight up and straight down. 1-0 pitch to Snyder, swing and a miss on a high fastball. Sewell learned to throw that pitch after he was shot of the foot in a hunting accident and had to alter his pitching delivery and sort of unable to use his front toes. So he developed a new pitch. The 1-1, a soft fly, shallow right center. Gorno charging. He's diving, and the ball falls in front of him. Runner won't score as Nichols had to hold up at second base. A single for Snyder. Now the tying runs on the corners. Josh Kroger will come to the plate representing the go-ahead run. Oh, a double and a single, and Tim Bittner in trouble here in the 7th inning after 6 rather easy innings. First visit to the mound from pitching coach Kernan Ronan. And again, it's Esslinger warming up in the bullpen. So again, a happy birthday to Rip Sewell. Unfortunately, he passed away September 3rd, 1989 in Florida. So Let's see. Today he would be 97 years old and probably have a lot of trouble throwing that Aethis pitch. Baseball birthday brought to you by Webster University, where education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success. Information on Webster's graduate-level degrees in Little Rock is available online at webster.edu or dial 800-828-2598 for Webster University. Batter is Josh Kroger, ever dangerous. Three-run homer yesterday and 4 on the season. Infield looks for a double play, and Kroger swings and misses at a high fastball. Nobody out in the Diablo half of the 7th inning. Trav leads 2-0. Kroger was hit by a pitch in the second. He bounced out to first base in the 5th. First baseman Elwood plays in front of the runner. The rest of the infield is double play depth as Kroger swings and misses at a curveball. Strike 2. Bittner has recorded 5 strikeouts today, and he could use a 6th right here. The other thing, Bittner is the ground ball pitcher. He's had 4 double plays turned behind him this season. He's ahead on Kroger, 0-2. He's ready. Bittner to the plate. Fastball inside, 1-2. Gomez plays off the line at third. Runners take their lead. Nichols at third, Snyder at first. Bittner to the belt, and the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and ripped into right field. A line drive, Gorneau diving, and he doesn't make the catch. He drops the ball. This will score 1 run, and the Trav lead is 2-1. Boy, Gorneau looked like he had a shot to make that catch, went down to his knees and lunged and didn't catch it. In and out of the glove. Nichols held up at third base to see if the ball would be caught, and once he saw Gorneau fumbling between his legs looking for the baseball, he scores at home. Tying run gets to second. Snyder in scoring position. Kroger knocks in his 21st of the year. And Tim Bittner might have run out of gas. Esslinger looks like he's ready in the pen. Stepping to the plate, Sean Llewellyn. Manager Ty Boykin on the top step of the dugout. Ty will let Bittner face Llewellyn, who's 0 for 2. He's going to square around and show bunt. Still no outs. The pitch is swung on now and hits foul out of play. So the Diablos crossing up the Travs here in the 7th inning. And Bittner and Mike Elward will get their signs straight at first base. Elward walks away from the mound. His fielders set their eyes on him as he gives them the signs, and they'll take their positions. Gomez in at third. Middle infielders close to second. Elward in at first. Llewellyn squares around, and Bittner throws the pitch. Taken high and outside. Ball 1. That time Llewellyn didn't bring the bat back and look to chop it. Now the umpires switch their position. Cologne moves from behind the pitcher's mound towards third base. First base umpire Taylor will now handle first and second. Runners out to the lead. Snyder at second, Kroger at first, and again Llewellyn squares, and he'll bring the bat back and send a high fly to right. Gorneau is there, and he will make the catch. The runners will hold the spot, and Gorneau comes up with a strong arm from third base. Ball got behind Gomez for a quick second, but Bittner was there to back up. So Tim, after allowing 3 hits to start the 7th inning, gets a fly out to right. Still holds that 2-1 lead. Number 8 hitter, Dan Ugla, steps to the plate. 0 for 2 this evening with a strikeout and a comebacker. But first, there goes Mathis to the mound to speak with Bittner. Trav lead is now 2-1. It was 1-0 after McPherson's RBI double in the first. 2-0 after an RBI ground out by Mathis in the 6th inning. Diablos score 1 in the 7th, and now they have knocked Bittner from the game. Here comes Ty Boykin out of the dugout, and he is removing Tim Bittner. So Bittner goes 6 1/3. The first 6 innings, very strong, but he tires in the 7th. And he'll get a round of applause from the faithful at Ray Winder Field. We'll take a 60-second break. Brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest, where for the best in Major League Baseball action, you can tune in nightly to Fox Sports Net on Comcast. Not only does Fox Sports Southwest bring you the best big league matchups, we bring you the latest highlights and home team coverage on the Southwest Regional Sports Report nightly at 10 o'clock. Comcast and Fox Sports Net, the #1 place for college baseball and Major League coverage. Check your local listings for Fox Sports Southwest. Cam Eslinger, the new pitcher for the Travs, clinging to a 2-1 lead, will be back for the rest of the top of the 7th after this break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
There's a line to pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Trav game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Trav souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you can buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Limits of margins, the lead for the Arkansas Travelers is 2-1 in the top of the 7th inning. And Cam Eslinger comes on to relieve Tim Bittner. Attendance just announced here. Ray Winder paid attendance at $22.95. Actual amount of people in the ballpark tonight, just under 1,400. Travs and the Diablos, thank you for your attendance here at a night in which I know there was a lot of threat of rain, but we were getting this game in. And we've only had maybe a total of 5 drops today. Yes, I counted every one of them. To the plate is Dan Ugla. To the mound is Cam Eslinger. Eslinger makes his 8th appearance for the Travs. No wins or losses and 2 saves. His earned run average is 129. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch to Ugla is high for a ball. Bittner going 6 1/3, allowing 5 hits, 1 run it's earned. He is responsible for the 2 men on the bases, so Bittner could either be the winning pitcher, the losing pitcher, or get a no decision. 1 hit batter, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Infield will look to turn 2. Esslinger's pitch is fouled at the plate for a strike, 1-1. Esslinger's last appearance came 3 nights ago. In a 5-4 victory against the Midland Rockhounds, Esslinger faced 2 batters, walked one of them, and had a comebacker to the mound kick off his foot. The 1-1. Ugla check swing and a high, tight fastball. They will not appeal, and that is ball 2. Esslinger was removed from that game because of a bruise on his right foot after he pretty much picture a hacky sack. That's what he did to that comebacker. Kicked it in the air right in front of him. It was a pretty ingenious play. 2 balls, 1 strike, Esslinger to the stretch. And the pitch popped up, shallow left. Shortstop Kai Oswald with a bead on it. And Kai Oswald camps underneath the baseball and puts it away. 2 gone. So Ugla returns to the dugout, 0 for 3. Second baseman Danny Richard will stride to the plate. Richard is the weakest hitter on this team, hitting 189. Richard is grounded out to second and shortstop. 0 for 2 today and 1 for 7 in the series. Gomez will play in at third. Now he backs up. First pitch to Richard. He'll foul it off the left side for a strike. Arkansas 2, El Paso 1 in the last of the 7th at Ray Winder Field. Richard is only 21 years old. In his 3rd professional season, he's a native of the Dominican Republic. Career .263 hitter. The 0-1 hit down the left field line, slicing foul and into the terrace. Strike 2. Esslinger will look to send the game into the 8th. And he throws the slab Richard back to the plate. Danny Richard hitting 154 with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch, a curve downstairs, ball 1. 1 run scored here in the 7th on 3 hits to start the inning against Bittner. Esslinger facing his second hitter this frame. Sliding that dirt around on the pitcher's mound. Cam, a bundle of energy when he's pitching. Gets the sign quickly into the stretch. Count is 1-2, and the pitch curve downstairs, 2-2. For Esslinger, his third appearance against El Paso, they've scored 2 runs on him in 2 in the third inning. They'll look to finish him off here in the 7th. The 2 pitch is outside, ball 3. Ken started Richard off with 2 strikes on consecutive foul balls. He's gone to the breaking pitch each of the last 3 offerings, and Richard hasn't been buying it. The runners will get a head start on 3-2, so he can bet a base hit to the outfield, scores a tying run. Esslinger into the stretch. The runners take their lead, then go. The pitch is a fastball, grounded to the hole at second. It gets through for a base hit. Corno fields it in right, but here comes Snyder around third, and he'll score the tying run. On to third base is Kroger with the go-ahead run. We're tied at 2 on Danny Richard's RBI single. Turner chased it from second. The ball got past his glove by a few inches. Danny Richard hitting all of 189, knocks in the tying run. So Esslinger blows the save here in the 7th. The 5th blown save by the Travs. That's half of their save opportunities the Travs bullpen has blown. 2-2 tie, and Smoke Williams steps to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Runners at the corners, and Esslinger's first pitch in the dirt almost got away from Mathis, but a nice play by Jeff. They stay in front of the ball and keep the runners at their spot. If the Diablos somehow bring Kroger home from third base, that would be Tim Bittner's run, and he'd be on the hook for the loss. The 1-0. Slider outside, ball 2. Esslinger struggling with his command here in the 7th inning. Started Richard off 0-2, then goes to 3-2 and gives up the game-tying single to right field. Williams is struck out, flied out twice, right-handed hitter. And Esslinger's pitch, a fastball for a strike just on the inside corner, borderline call. 2-1. This Diablo team showing themselves to be pretty tough. Even though the Travs won 3 straight from them in El Paso, last 2 games went to extra innings, and they were tight games. Esslinger steps to third, looks to first. The runners hold their spot. Smoke steps back in there. Esslinger toes the rubber. 2-1 the count, and a throw to first. Not in time. Trav's bullpen was a big strength over the first month. And they had a lot of trouble picking up saves. Again, blowing half of them. 2-1 pitch. Richard takes off. It's a fastball high. No throw to second. Instead, Mathis throws to third base. But that didn't fool Kroger as he dove back in there. Richard steals second. Count 3-1 on Smoke Williams. This 7th inning getting to be a little nerve-wracking here. First base is open. Santos on deck, and he's hitting over 300. Then again, so is Williams. Esslinger to the stretch on a 3-1 count. The pitch. Swung on, broken back, grounded towards second. Charging it is Turner. He'll throw to first and get the out. It looks like Josh Kroger was hit by the bat, was broken. He is down at third base, halfway between home and third. Oh, goodness. Hopefully that bat didn't splinter in his eye, but right now it looks like Kroger might have been hit by the bat in his face. Oh, goodness. We got to take a break here, folks. The game tied at 2. Diablos leave 2 runners in scoring position, and we go to the bottom of the 7th, 2-2 tie here at Raywinder Field.
Del Monte's Harvest Foods and the Crabs have stepped up to the plate for a home.
He joined the Air Force in 1964 and served in Vietnam. He commanded forces in the far corners of the globe. Rising through the ranks, he served as a 3-star general at the Pentagon. You'd think 30 years of distinguished service would be plenty. But if you're Norman G. Leasy, Lieutenant General, retired United States Air Force, that's just the beginning. Today, he's pursuing a new career as Walmart's Vice President of National Government Relations.
Del Monte.
Norm's journey took him near and far, through Asia, Scandinavia, Europe, the Middle East, and Webster University, where he earned a master's degree that served him well in his career. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, real world success.
For more information on graduate degrees from Webster University of Little Rock, visit them on the web at webster.edu or call them 800-828-2598.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
Del Monte, Harvest Foods, and the Crabs have stepped up to the plate with a home run offer for family fun. Free Crabs tickets are available for any Del Monte Harvest Foods family night throughout the season.
The next Del Monte Harvest Foods family game is Sunday, May 23rd, when the Crabs take on Wichita at 2 p.m. Get a free ticket for every label or cash register receipt showing purchase of a Del Monte product. That's Sunday, May 23rd at 2 p.m. for the next Del Monte Harvest Foods Family Day.
Josh Kroger will not return to the ball game. He did make it off the field under the supervision of the Diablos trainer Roger Fleming. Kroger was hit in the fifth by Marlon Williams' broken bat. It hit him right on the nose, and he walked off the field with Williams applying pressure, Fleming applying pressure to his nose, and could see some blood coming out of Josh's nose. It's a good thing to see him walking off, because you see anybody get hit by a bat, even worse if it's a broken bat, because that sharp end can really cause some damage. If it goes into your eyes, man, you might lose your vision. So it's a good thing that Kroger took it in the nose. Hopefully he would have taken it off the side of the face. So the Diablos have to compensate by switching some things around. They move Sean Llewellyn into right field. Kyle Nichols will take over at first base, so the pitcher is going to have to hit. The Diablos only have 2 regular outfielders on their roster now, with Jake Garthwaite back at extended spring training. So with the corner outfielders, Dan Ugla and Sean Llewellyn, that's a total of 1 game played in the outfield between their corner outfielders. Ever. Llewellyn has never played in the outfield, neither at Ugla before today. Well, we're here to the bottom of the 7th inning, tied at 2. The Diablos tied the game with a 2-run rally in the top half of this inning, and here's Jason Espedo leading off. First pitch, he swings and rounds it foul past first for a strike. So with Nichols back at in the field, the Diablos lose their number 6 hitter. So the pitcher, Lance Cormier, takes over in the number 6 spot, and they may actually have to hit the pitcher in the 9th inning. Espedo, left-handed, takes an inside fastball. He has struck out twice today against Cormier. Diablos still has 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen, 1 from each side. The 1-1, Espedo almost hit by the pitch, but he takes it off the knees, ball 2. Justin Turner on deck, and then Alberto Caiapo. Traps at a 2-0 lead after 6 innings. Bittner gets a no decision. 2-1, low and in, ball 3. Cormier allowing 7 hits in 6 innings. He has struck out 8 batters, twice Espedo. A couple of walks. Love to get that leadoff man on here. Speedo will take ball 4 downstairs. And the Travs get the leadoff man on base once again. The 5th inning, the Travs get the first batter on base, and they scored that runner twice. Number 9 batter Justin Turner steps to the plate 1 for 2, a 3rd inning single, 5th inning strikeout. He's left-handed. Speedo at first. Turner squares around and gets the bunt down towards the mound. Cormier plays it. He'll go to second, and Speedo is safe. The ball goes to center field, but Jason can only get to second. Nothing he could do. Williams backed the ball up at center field perfectly. Even a good throw to second wouldn't have retired a Speedo. He really got in there quickly. Again, Speedo would have beaten that throw to second. But I'll bet you Cormier would have rather thrown to first base if he had that way back again. He never turned to see where Speedo was. We'll see if Cayazbo looks to bunt the runners over. He's 2 for 3, always good back control, and he squares around. Cayazbo turns away from a fastball and takes ball 1 inside. Our game tied at 2 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but the Travs are threatening. Travs haven't been great with runners in scoring position today. Travs are 1 for 8 with a runner in scoring position tonight. Cayazbo squares and the 1-0 pitch bunted, and this will get the runners over. Cormier now throws to first base, almost threw it away, but Richard covers from second and reaches up to bring it back in, so Cayazbo bunts the runners over. Sacrifice goes 1 to 4 at first as Speedo moves to third base and Turner to second. Tommy Murphy still looking for his first hit of the series. He'll face a drawn-in infield. Cormier going from the stretch, first base open, first pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1, Tommy swung at a slider. Around his shoe top, Murphy struck out in the 3rd inning. And Murphy with 27 strikeouts on the year, so he certainly does swing and miss a bit. Used a sacrifice bunt and a base on balls tonight. The 0-1 pitch, Murphy takes a curve low and in, 1-1. 21 runs batted in on the season for Murphy, ranking second behind Nick Gorneau. But over this series, Murphy 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts, so he did knock a run home yesterday with a sacrifice fly. And we take a sac fly here, which gives the Travs a 1-run lead. Cormier steps off the rubber quickly and now leans back in. Murphy batting left-handed. He'll bring the bat back, infield in, and the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. He's gone to that slider 3 consecutive pitches. Murphy has swung and missed twice. Boy, even when you think it's coming, it's tough to weigh off of. Cormier ready to count 1 and 2. Murphy takes an inside fastball, and that's a purpose pitch to back him off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. At third base is Speedo. Turner at second, and a high breaking ball moves it full. Three balls, 2 strikes to Tommy Murphy. On deck is number 3 hitter Nick Gorneau. Nick having a rough go of it today, 0 for 3. But he is the team leader in RBI. Cormier has walked 2 batters today. The 3-2 pitch, Murphy swings and misses at a ball in the dirt. Strike 3. He strikes out on ball 4. That's the second out of the 7th inning, and a nice strikeout for Lance Cormier. A huge strikeout. Cormier now with 42 strikeouts on the season, actually 43 strikeouts, taking over the number 2 spot in the Texas League. League leader is Tulsa's Jeff Francis, who struck out 51 batters. And the Traps' problems with runners in scoring position continues right now. 1 for 9 with a runner in scoring position. Corno is 0 for 3. 2 groundouts, 1 strikeout. First pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Nice block by Snyder. Esposito started this inning with a base on balls. Turner used a sac bunt and reached on the fielder's choice when Cormier threw the ball into center field. Caiapo moved the runners up with a sac bunt, but Murphy strikes out. Corno stands back in, 1 for 7 this series. Here's the 1-0. Nick swings, a ground ball to short. Santos will field it cleanly. His arm to first base ends the inning. Travis leaves 2 runners in scoring position. They add him on base with nobody out and leave him on base. So the Arkansas Travelers remain tied with the El Paso Diablos at 2 as we go to the 8th on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, best-selling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows your patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
I am the port in the storm.
I am the line in the sand.
I am the rescuer in the dark.
I am the enforcer of the seas.
I am the defender of the homeland. In the United States Coast Guard and Coast Guard Reserve, you are the first line of defense against threats to our American way of life. To become one of us, call toll-free 1-877-NOW-USCG or visit gocoastguard.com. We are the shield of freedom. We are the United States Coast Guard.
Seven innings in the books at Ray Winder Field, and the Travs and the El Paso Diablos are tied at 2. Travs owns the first 6 innings. Diablos owns the 7th, tying the game with a 2-run rally. Meanwhile, the Travs got 2 men on base to start the 7th inning and could not bring him in. Here in the top of the 8th inning, Sergio Santos leads off against Cam Esslinger. Santos, the Diablo shortstop, is 1 for 3. He'll be followed by Brian Barden and Kyle Nichols. First pitch, a slider for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Later this inning, if the Diablos get a couple men on base, the number 6 hitter will be due to hit, and that's the pitcher spot on the order. Diablos have just 1 pitcher remaining. The 0-1 pitch, a high chopper, foul towards third base. Esslinger into the stretch as he throws a 2-strike pitch, a curveball downstairs. The same pitch he tried to get Richard to chase in the 7th inning. Each of them missing the strike zone, and Richard took the fastball into right field for a game-tying single. 1-2 to Santos. Pitch a fastball low and outside, 2-2. Left-hander working in the pen for the Travs. It's Jonathan Rowenhurst loosening his arm. Diablos now have 1 pitcher getting ready in their bullpen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Santos swings at a fastball, drives it high to center, got that one all the way back to the fence, and it is gone. Sergio Santos hits his 5th home run of the season to start the 8th, and the Diablos take a 3-2 lead. Dead center field, a moonshot. Travs are stunned, took a 2-0 lead, and the Diablos rally right back. Esslinger on the hook for the loss. Brian Barden takes a high and inside fastball as Esslinger just doesn't seem to have it right now. He has faced 4 hitters, 2 have reached. Allowed the inherited runner to score the tying run in the 7th. He gives up the go-ahead run here in the 8th as Barden swings through a fastball and misses. 1-1. Barden 1 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a single. The right-handed hitter takes the slider inside, ball 2. Right now, the Diablos are going up there, and they will not swing at any breaking pitches from Cam Esslinger. He's not throwing him for strikes. 2-1 pitch hit high down the right field line, and it ends up out of play for a strike. Barden swung at that fastball. You notice that pattern here where any curveball or slider Esslinger throws, the Diablos take it, and that's a ball. 2-2 pitch. Slider ripped into third and foul. That time he went after it, and it was a hittable pitch. The home run allowed by Esslinger. The first he's given up this year. 2-2 count. Esslinger's pitch. Tap swing, foul ball towards the first base seat. Take a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard, and the Travs trail now in the 8th inning by 1 run. Wichita and Round Rock still tied at 1 in the 4th. They might be in a rain delay right now at Round Rock. Ground ball, fair down the third baseline. Another extra base hit for the Diablos. Barden around first. He digs in for second and stands there with a stand-up double. Right now, the Travs bullpen is really, really struggling. Gave up 10 runs yesterday. The night before, Travs bullpen took the loss. Here comes Boykin to make the pitching change. 2 nights before that, the Travs pen allowed 6 runs in the 8th and another run in the 9th inning to cap a 15-6 loss. So the bullpen troubles continue. And Cam Esslinger walks off the mound, pretty upset with himself. Left-hander Jonathan Rowenhurst comes out of the bullpen and will take a 60-second break. Brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest, where for the best in Major League coverage, you can tune in nightly to Fox Sports Southwest on Comcast. Southwest Regional Sports Report is nightly at 10 o'clock in the evening. Comcast and Fox Sports Net are the #1 place for college baseball and Major League coverage. Check your local listings for Fox Sports Southwest. New pitcher is Rowenhurst, and we'll take a 60-second break with the Diablos leading 3-2 on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Fastball stopped on the grab of the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for 1 out. Duncan to first. Rack him up. A double play. Deep drive. Right field. Way back. You gotta get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
Jonathan Rowenhurst will try to clean things up here in the 8th inning. He replaces Cam Esslinger, who allowed a run on 3 base hits. In 2/3 of an inning, he's still responsible for the base runner at second, Brian Barden, who followed Santos' leadoff homer with a double. Kyle Nichols steps to the plate. He started a 2-run rally in the 7th with a double down the right field line. He's 1 for 3. And the first pitch from Rowenhurst, swing and a miss for a strike. Rowenhurst enters his 13th game, 1 win, 1 loss, and a 189 earned run average. Picked up a save in his last outing. Here's the 0-1, and it's inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Rowenhurst has saved 3 games this year, including 2 in the series against Midland. Last time out, pitched 2 2/3 perfect innings, striking out 3 to save a 1-run win. 1-1 count on Nichols, and Rowenhurst's pitch is fouled back on a fastball, strike 2. El Paso leading the Travelers 3-2 in the top of the 8th inning. Rowenhurst with a look at second, and now to the plate. The pitch is popped out of play. Diablos are just fouling off a whole lot of pitches. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll get to that Southwest Airlines scoreboard here. Mention the Round Rock Express and Wichita Wranglers appear to be in a rain delay after 3 innings, tied at 1. Here's Rowenhurst 1-2. Check swing and a curve. They appeal. Did he go? Yes. Third base umpire Delphine Colon rings him up, and that's a strikeout. 1 away in the 8th inning. In the major leagues, they are still delayed at Yankee Stadium. The Angels hold a 4-2 advantage over New York. Playing in the bottom of the 11th at Detroit, the Athletics and the Tigers tied at 4. Boston rallies from behind and beats Cleveland 5-3. 3 runs bottom of the 8th cinches it for Boston. First pitch to Chris Snyder. Down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Snyder 1 for 3. He scored the tying run in the 7th inning. On Richard's base hit to right field. Right-handed hitter. And the 0-1 from Rowenhurst is low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck right now appears to be, looks like Cormier, the pitcher, swinging on the on-deck circle. These Diablos hit anytime they face a National League team in the Texas League. Of course, the Travs being a Cardinal affiliate for so long, these fans are certainly used to that. The only thing I would miss, it's not being a Cards affiliate, is the pitchers don't hit. 1-1. 1 away. Runner at second base is Barden. The pitch, the broken back grounder to first. Elward fields it behind the bag, steps on it for the second out. Barden makes it to third base. 2 outs here in the 8th inning, and here's Cormier supposed to be hitting, but he's going to be called back. And instead, the Diablos use their final pinch hitter. Bring in Mike DeRosa. So Mike DeRosa will come in and pinch hit for Cormier, who finishes the ball game with a 7-inning start. He can only be the winning pitcher. Kroger, who was injured on the broken bat which hit him in the nose last inning, finished the game 1 for 2 with the RBI single in the 7th. And now DeRosa comes on to pinch hit for the pitcher. DeRosa is 5 for 12 with the Diablos in 4 games, a homer and 4 RBIs. He's right-handed, and he'll take ball 1. Diablos take the lead here in the 8th inning on Sergio Santos, his 5th homer of the season. That leads all Diablo hitters. The 1-0 pitch down the middle for a strike, 1-1. As each and every one of the concession stands are shut down, in our discount, Smart Intelligence concession shoppers, shop now. And we're about to that time in the ball game where you can hear the broadcast echoing through the park. The 1-1 swung on, hit high to right, and it's out of play on the groundskeeping area again. I had more foul balls hit to the shack in right field today than at any point I've seen this year. That aluminum shack in right is taking a beating. The Diablos had all of 1 base hit over the first 6 innings of the game. Actually, 2 base hits. 6 hits and 3 runs in the 7th and 8th innings. The 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle, strike 3 called, and DeRosa out on strike 2 in the 8th. But the leadoff homer by Sergio Santos gives the Diablos their first lead of the game, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. El Paso 3, Arkansas 2.
What's up, y'all? Let's see it and talk about dating. Because dating is like fight. Think about it. First you got men out on the prowl. They travel in Paso, just like fight. And then you got girls. Girls can be cold. But the colder they are, the more you want them. Just like Sprite. And then comes the kisses. That's just refreshing, y'all. Again, just like a crisp, thirst-quenching Sprite. Singers, what's my motto?
Oh, baby, up there.
Hey, sir.
What up, baby pop? Oh, got to go. Thirst out.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato, with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
It's baseball season again. Listen to the sounds of Arkansas Travelers baseball.
Top on the ground to the shortstop. Beck gets it. He goes to second for 1 out. Duncan to first. Whack him up. A double play. Drive. Right field. Way back. You gotta get out of here. And that, folks, is a game-winning homer. The Travelers win the game.
Sound like fun? Arkansas Travelers baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to trav.com.
Travs now face their first deficit of the game, trailing El Paso 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Phil Elson here with you on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. Ballpark is emptied out. A few of the fans sticking around. It has been a well-played ball game today. A little bit of drama at the end. New pitcher comes on for El Paso. Left-hander Doug Slatton joins the ball game in his 5th professional season out of Venice, California. Slatton this year is 0-1 in 10 games out of the pen with a nice fat ERA at 9.64. Dallas McPherson leads off the 8th, and he'll take the first pitch for a ball low and away. Fine start by Lance Cormier. It was pretty impressive. Struck out 9 batters in 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits and 2 walks. McPherson is 3 for 3. Each time he's come to the plate, he's ended up at second with a double, and he takes ball 2 low and outside. Diablos not just content to use Slatton this inning. They have a right-hander ready to go in the bullpen as well. On deck is Jeff Mathis and Rudy Gomez. McPherson takes ball 3 low and outside. Slatton might just be facing McPherson and then head back into the dugout. 3 balls, no strikes. Slatton's pitch swung on and ripped into right field for a base hit. Llewellyn was playing deep, and he'll pick the ball up. No, he bobbles it in right field, and McPherson will get to second. Llewellyn's playing his first game ever in the outfield. Single and an error. McPherson 4 for 4. That's one big problem for the Diablos. Their corner outfielders have played a total of 1 game in the outfield in their careers. So McPherson makes it to second base, representing a tying run in the 8th inning and nobody out. And now Coolbaugh comes out of the dugout, and he's probably going to his right-hander ready in the bullpen. Slatton was on just to face McPherson, ran a count to 3-0, and you know the Travs are going to swing on 3-0 if they find a fat pitch right down the middle, which is what McPherson found. 4 base hits for McPherson. His 4th 4-hit game of the year. And now with Coolbaugh forced to make a decision, home plate umpire Chris Griffin comes up on top of the mound, and Coolbaugh will go to the bullpen. So that's it for Slatton. Faces 1 batter, doesn't retire him. And on comes the new pitcher. We'll let you know who this new pitcher is after a 60-second break, brought to you by Fox Sports Southwest. That's Fox Sports Southwest Regional Sports Report coming up nightly at 10 o'clock. Watch it with the sound off and keep the Travs game on. And it's 3-2 El Paso here in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back after this break on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Remember the good old days before Fox Sports Net when you'd watch a sports report for like an hour before they even mentioned your hometown teams? And then if you blinked, you missed it? Sure, you remember. The good old days really sucked. Nightly at 10, it's the Southwest Sports Report on Fox Sports Net. 34 minutes every night dedicated to the scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown team. Your team, your town, your show. The Southwest Sports Report at 10. Only on Fox Sports Net.
There's the wind-up pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
Pete Sikaris is the new pitcher for the El Paso Diablos as he replaces Doug Slatton in the 8th inning with the tying run at second base. Diablos took the lead on a leadoff homer by their shortstop, Sergio Santos, in the top half of the 8th inning, and now Dallas McPherson reaches second base on a leadoff single and an error by the right fielder, Sean Llewellyn. So that was it for Slatton. Sikaris comes in. Pete is actually his nickname. His first name is Panagiotis. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. A Greek name, and I do not speak Greek very well, but we'll just call him Pete. Pete stands 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Niles, Illinois. This is his 12th appearance of the season. No wins, 2 losses, and a 2.31 ERA. Sikaris is a submarine-style pitcher who throws in the low to mid-90s, and tough to pick up what he's throwing. And he won't throw a pitch yet. Out to the mound goes his catcher. So speak for a quick second. Sikaris has a good hard sink on the fastball, keeps the ball down. Has a hard slider. Also a changeup that he'll throw every once in a while. Mostly fastballs and sliders. Mathis, the hitter, 0 for 2, showing bunt, gets it down. Sikaris climbs off the mound and fires to first and gets the out on Mathis. Sacrifice bunt pushes McPherson to third base. Now, this is the 3rd time the Travs have tried to sacrifice. Actually, the 4th time they tried to sacrifice. Used 2 sac bunts in the 7th inning, although they never scored. Murphy's sac bunt in the 1st inning helped Kai Alpo to get the scoring position where he scored from. And now it's up to Rudy Gomez to put the bat on the ball and bring the tying run home from third. Infield comes in. Gomez 1 for 3, an infield single in the 6th. First pitch from Sakar. It's a slider, and that is a line drive. Diving catch at second by Rashard. Throw fire to third. McPherson is safe. McPherson was halfway from home to third when Rashard makes a spectacular diving catch in the hole at second. And his throw to third pulled Barton off the bag. Otherwise, McPherson would have been doubled off. Whoa, what a catch by Danny Rashard. Right now, he's the star of the game. Knocked in the tying run and robs the Travs of a game-tying hit. Even with the infield in and a line drive hit by Gomez, the Travs still can't get that elusive hit with a runner in scoring position. It's up to Mike Elward. He's 0 for 3. First pitch low for a ball. Good piece of hitting by Gomez, too. The Cars threw that slider. It had too much of the strike zone, and Rudy just trying to poke it to right field. Now, got the ball pretty well. Good reflexive play by Rashard. 1-0 on Elward. This pitch is swing and a miss on that slider. Strike one. Elward 0 for 3 today. 2 for his last 21, including 6 strikeouts. So Mike in a bit of a funk right now, and hopefully he can get deep funky. Fastball fouled off the first base dugout. Strike 2. Travs have had runners in scoring position and nobody out in the 4th, 7th, and 8th innings. Didn't score in the 4th and 7th. And unless Elward does something positive here, they're not going to score in the 8th. Jason Espedo on deck, and then Turner. Diablos lead 3-2 in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Elward stands in there, holds the bat pointed to the sky at the Cars with a fastball, and Mike wastes that pitch. Fouls it over the first base roof. Still 1-2. The Travelers have been struggling to score runs this series. Managing 3 runs yesterday, only 2 runs today. This is a Travs team that has been averaging over 6 runs per game. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Elward. Sakar at the belt, checks on McPherson at third, and the pitch, a fastball, jams Elward. 1 hop to Richard second, and he'll throw to first to end the inning. Yet another runner left on the bases. Travs lead McPherson at third after he made it to second with nobody out. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner stranded, and we go to the 9th. Diablos lead 3-2.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, missing tackle, peas and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Now in lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking.
Other books. When it comes to making their buying decisions, people today let their fingers do the walking through Yellow Book Yellow Pages. It's no wonder. Yellow Book's packed with money-saving coupons, restaurant menus, and vital community info. And with more ads than ever before, it has everything you need right at your fingertips. It's easy to spot. Just reach for the Yellow Directory with the map on the cover and join the smart shoppers who choose Yellow Book, not the other book. Put your business in Yellow Book. Call 1-800-YD-YELLOW.
Not the other book.
You're bored. Nothing to do. Nothing on the tube. The same old blah, blah, blah. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is here for its new season. Great professional baseball, great food, and the most affordable entertainment in Arkansas. So get off your seat and get out of the house for baseball and a whole lot more. Look for special promotions and free tickets at local retailers for the best deal in town. Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Call 664-1555 or log on to Travs.com.
8 innings finished here at Ray Winter Field and a 3-2 score. Diablos lead the Travs. Travs had a 2-0 lead after 6 innings, but Jim Bittner in the bullpen faltered in the 7th, allowing 2 runs. Cam Esslinger allowing the homer to Santos, leading off the 8th inning to give them the lead. Travs bats have gone very quiet. 1 for 11. Actually 1 for 12 with a runner in scoring position. Here in the top of the ninth, Sean Llewellyn leads off, and Jonathan Rowener's first pitch was thrown about 3 feet outside into the backstop. Ball 1. Eight runners left on base by the Travs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Llewellyn, high and inside, ball 2. Llewellyn 0 for 3, a strikeout, ground out, and fly out today. 2-0 pitch ripped into left field, hooking foul out of play, strike 1. Ball hit the outfield fence so hard it ricochets back into the field. And the count is 2-1. Dan Ugla on deck, and then Danny Richard. 2 balls and a strike. Llewellyn takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, 2-2. Well, apparently they were not in a rain delay at Round Rock. Right now, Wichita leads 2-1 at the top of the 9th inning. Wichita holds that lead, and the Travs lose tonight. We'll have a first-place tie. 2-2, Llewellyn swings and misses, and Rowenhurst strikes him out. Third strikeout for Rowenhurst out of the 4 batters he's faced. And on the season, Rowenhurst with 21 strikeouts. Here's Ugla. Ugla 0 for 3. Popped out, grounded back to the mound, and a strikeout. When we get to the bottom of the 9th inning, and we'll probably see Sakaris come back, Speedo, Turner, and Kayaspo will be due to hit. Ugla will take the first pitch for a ball. National League final scores: Houston beats Florida 6-1. Roger Clemens moves to a perfect 7-0. Unbelievable. The Rocket continues to pitch like he's 24. 1-0 to Ugla. Swung on, ripped up the middle. Shortstop Kayaspo gloves him back at second and takes care of the out at first. 2 gone. Clemens struck out 11 batters in 7 innings, allowing 3 hits. One of them a solo homer to Ramon Castro. Roger Clemens is 7-0 with an ERA at 1.99. He's the story of the season. Forget about Barry Bonds right now. Roger Clemens is the big story. Here's Richard showing bunt. Takes the pitch low for ball 1. Richard is 1 for 3. Game-tying single in the 7th inning with 2 outs against Cam Esslinger. And again, Richard ended the game hitting 189. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 pitch, strike 1. Cardinals take care of the Braves 5-1. Edgar Renteria hit his 3rd home run of the season. Mike Matheny knocked in a pair of runs. There's a pitch low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike to Richard. Woody Williams earned his first win of the year with 8 strong innings. Cardinals move to a game over 500. Pitch inside to Richard, 3-1. Garrett Wright took the loss, allowing 4 unearned runs in 5 2/3 innings. Plenty of games in progress right now in the National League, and we'll make sure we give you those scores in the Allstate Insurance postgame report. Richard takes a strike at the letters on the 3-1 pitch. Now it's full. Texas beats Tampa Bay 5-4, sending the D-Rays to their 6th consecutive loss. Hank Blaylock belted a pair of homers. Richard hits the 3-2 pitch back to Rowenhurst, and he'll flip the first to take care of the 9th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Rowenhurst in the 9th. And we will go into the bottom half of the 9th. The last chance for the Travs. Otherwise, it'll be their second three-game losing streak of the season. See if they can come back after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Top Shoes has your athletic shoe. Choose from Nike, Reebok, New Balance, Adidas, Puma, and K-Swift shoes for running, walking, tennis, basketball, baseball, golf, football, or just plain goofing off. Join our Top Shoes Tip-Top Shoppers Club and receive free shoes. Come into Tops for your Doc Martin sandals. Choose from a large selection of men's and women's styles, only $49. Remember, Top Shoes for all your footwear needs.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
What's up, Sprite Remix drinkers? You made the trick, and I'm bringing you that remix, man. Some down south flavor. Taste this.
I like that taste, but Swiss Beats is gonna give you a different flavor. East Coast style, check it out. Sprite Remix, they're doing it again with brand new Sprite Remix Very Clear. Out with tropical flavor, in with the crisp taste of berry. New Sprite Remix Very Clear. Rethink, remix, refresh.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the ticket. Total Sports 1380. KDXE, North Little Rock.
The question is, do the Arkansas Travelers have one run in their gas tank? And the answer, well, we'll find out soon. 3-2 lead for the Diablos here in the bottom of the ninth inning. If the Travs lose this one, it would be a very, very disappointing start to a series against the last place team, which enters Little Rock, losers of 7 straight. Jason Espedo leads off the ninth and takes a fastball high and outside, ball one. Pete Sakars still in the game. Sakars wiggled out of an 8th-inning jam with McPherson at second and no outs to strand him as he misses inside to Espedo. 2 balls, no strikes. Sakars has saved 2 games this year, getting his ERA 2.31. Right-handers 2-0. Espedo takes ball 3 outside. 2 nights ago, Espedo led off the 9th inning with a drive off the one-bank side in right field, and the Travs were down by 1 run. Espedo was stranded at third base and takes a strike down the middle. Jason is 0 for 2. He struck out twice, walked 1. Right-hander Sakars with a hand over the head windup, and the 3-1 pitch. Espedo swings and gets under it, pops it up. And back of second base, Santos, the shortstop, watching the wind blow it. And back of short now, and he makes the catch one-handed. And Espedo is out number 1. Justin Turner up next. The El Paso Diablos, I mentioned, lost 7 straight coming in here to Little Rock. And with only 9 wins this season, they have won back-to-back games once, their first 2 games of the year. They beat the Round Rock Express 7-6 and 5-2. That was April 8th and 9th. They haven't won 2 straight since. Turner fouls off the first pitch to left side for a strike. 0-1. Justin Turner is 1 for 2. In his starting debut with the Travs. 3rd inning single, 5th inning strikeout. Reached on a sac bunt, fielder's choice in the 7th. And he swings and misses at a fastball, strike 2. Alberto Cayalpo on deck. Like to see the Travs get McPherson to the plate here, but he's 5 batters away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Turner goes down on 3 pitches. If you can point to one reason why the Travs might lose this game, and you could point to the bullpen, that's certainly for sure, but the Travs have had their chances to score runs today. 2 runs on 8 base hits, and with maybe 1 or 2 more hits or even a fly ball here or there, the Travs would be up by 1 run instead of trailing by 1 run. 1 for 12 with a runner in scoring position and 8 men left on base. Cayalpo takes ball 1. not only 8 men left on base, but 6 in scoring position as Cayaspo skies one to left center. This can end this game. Uglun underneath the baseball makes the catch, and the Travs lose their 3rd straight. El Paso finally wins their 2nd straight. First time since games 1 and 2 of the season. Final score, Diablos 3, Travs 2. And the Travs bullpen unable to hold a 2-run lead in a very, very disappointing loss to the last place El Paso Diablos. We'll take a break. Come back after this with the Allstate Insurance postgame report on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
Americans are used to paying a little more for convenience. $5 extra for the guy to bring the pizza to your house. A higher price tag on the aspirin at the convenience store. But Allstate actually charges you less to make things more convenient. If you insure your house and your car with Allstate, you'll save money. Up to 10% off the auto bill and 15% off the home insurance. If you ever need to use that insurance, you'll have the convenience of having only one agent to call. The Allstate home and auto discounts. More convenient, more reasonable. You shouldn't have to pay more for convenience. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
Find out. Visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on Allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discounts and insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amounts may be lower. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you. Remember you ordered them from me?
Weird. I remember eating the wings. Yeah, the wings were good. Are you sure we drank the beer?
Correct. You guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what? Beer. Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer? I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Ray Winder Field. Your Allstate Insurance postgame report as the Travs dropped their 3rd in a row, 3-2 to the El Paso Diablos. Bill Wilson here with you, and a reminder that you deserve a relationship with a real person. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Travs opened up the scoring in the 1st inning. Alberto Cayaspo beat out an infield single to second. Tommy Murphy sacrificed into second base. After Nick Gorneau struck out against Lance Cormier, Dallas McPherson at the first of his 4 hits to put the Travs ahead 1-0. Bothering him just a little bit, and he, instead of playing third today as the DH, as he rips a 2-1 pitch to right field for a base hit, and that's going to roll to the fence. 1-0 Travs as Cayaspo scores from second base, and McPherson hits into second with his 9th double of the year and his 20th RBI. 1-0 Travs, and they strike in the 1st inning again. The 22nd game of the season that the Travs scored the first run. They had won 17 of the first 21 times they scored first, but not today, even though they had a 2-0 lead after the 6th inning as McPherson led off with a double down the right field line, moved to third base when right fielder Kroger bobbled the ball in the outfield. Mathis then grounded out to third base, bringing home McPherson for a 2-0 lead. Travs starting pitcher Tim Bittner was lights out in the first 6 innings. Retired 13 batters in a row at one point, only allowed 2 base runners until the 6th and 3 base runners until the 7th. But in the 7th inning, things started to fall apart as Kyle Nichols lined a double to the right field corner to start the frame. Chris Snyder then dunked a single to right field, bringing Nichols to third. Tying run was on base. Josh Kroger then singled to right, bringing home Nichols for a 2-1 Travelers lead. Final batter Bittner faced was Sean Llewellyn, saw him to fly out to right. Then Ty Boykin made the decision to go to the bullpen and bring in Cam Esslinger. Esslinger retired Dan Ugla on a pop-out to shortstop and was ahead of Danny Richard 0-2. Richard took 3 close curveballs before coming through the game-tying hit. The runners will get a head start on 3-2, so you can bet a base hit to the outfield scores the tying run. Esslinger into the stretch. The runners take their lead, then go. The pitch is a fastball, grounded to the hole at second. It gets through for a base hit. Gorneau fields it in right, but here comes Snyder around third, and he'll score the tying run. On to third base is Kroger with the go-ahead run. We're tied at 2 on Danny Richard's RBI single. 2 strikes, and Richard with his 15th hit of the season. He was batting under 190 up to that point, but that RBI single tied the ball game. Esslinger was able to get out of the inning, getting Williams to ground out to second base. But as the Travs went down in the bottom of the 7th, after they got 2 runners on base and nobody out, Murphy struck out with runners at second and third, and Gorneau grounded out to shortstop, ending the inning. The shortstop of the Diablos, Sergio Santos, led off the 8th with the big hit of the game. 2 strikes. Santos swings at a fastball, drives it high to center, got that one all the way back to the fence, and it is gone. Solo homer for Sergio Santos is Diablo high 5th home run of the season. Travs had another chance to tie it in the bottom of the 8th against Doug Slatton and Pete Sakaris. McPherson led off with a single to right field. New right fielder Sean Llewellyn bobbled the ball for an error, getting McPherson to second. Mathis bunted into third base, but Rudy Gomez with a short liner towards the second base side. Danny Richard with a sparkling diving catch to rob Gomez of the game-tying hit. That turned out to be the decisive play. Sakaris sets down the last 4 batters in order, sending the Travs to their 3rd consecutive loss. Winning pitcher is Lance Cormier, his 2nd win of the season. Cam Esslinger takes the loss. He drops to 0-1. Pete Sakaris registered his 3rd save. Travs have dropped to 18-13, and the Diablos, winning their 2nd straight, moved to 10-22. Take a break on the All-State post-game report. We'll come back with a look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard here on the Ticket. Total Sports 1380.
What's up, y'all? Let's see it and talk about dating. Because dating is like fight. Think about it. First you got men out on the prowl. They travel in packs of 6. Just like fight. And then you got girls. Girls can be cold. But the colder they are, the more you want them. Just like Sprite. And then comes the kissing. That's just refreshing, y'all. Again, just like a crisp, thirst-quenching Sprite. Singers, what's my motto?
Oh, baby, up there.
Hey, Thirst. What up, baby pop? Oh, got to go. Thirst out.
Better choices. Sonic's got them, others don't. Drive into Sonic today for our new Chicken Club wrap made with grilled all-white meat chicken, crispy bacon, fresh lettuce, and juicy ripe tomato with shredded cheese and light ranch dressing. And for those counting carbs, it's now available with our new carb-friendly tortilla. Either way you order it, it's a fresh new way to get more taste. Sonic's new Chicken Club wrap. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Sounds of the empty ballpark here in Little Rock emanating through the crowd microphone. As you can hear, the field getting worked on. Travs lose today by the final score of 3-2. Phil Elson here with you. Let's take a look at our Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard beginning in the Texas League. And we have a first-place tie in the East Division as Wichita beats Round Rock 5-1. They'll tie the Travs with an identical 18-13 record. Travs will remain 2 games ahead of Tulsa. The Drillers shut out by San Antonio in a rain-shortened affair. In 5.5 innings earlier today, San Antonio's Juan Doan picks up his 2nd win. Tim Rawls saves it. Zach McClellan allowed a home run to Greg Dobbs for the only run of the game. Midland bashes Frisco 10-3. Couple of homers from Mark Teehan. Mark Kiger added his first home run. Brad White the winner. Travis Hughes took the loss. Boyd and McDougal hit home runs for the Rough Riders, but Frisco drops to 12-19. So tomorrow's Texas League standings will show the Missions 2.5 games in back of Round Rock. Midland 5.5 out, El Paso 10 out. Meanwhile, the Travs fall into a first-place tie with Wichita. Tulsa 2 games out. Frisco is 6 games out. Over to the major leagues and the games in progress right now in the National League. An 11-inning game right now in Milwaukee, tied at 5, the Brewers and the Expos. Schneider and Sledge homer for the Spos. Jenkins hits his 4th for Milwaukee. Top 6 in Colorado. The Rockies lead the Pirates 7-6. Craig Wilson hit his 7th home run of the season for the Bucks. Colorado gets home runs from former Driller Matt Holliday and Jeremy Burnett. Former Traveler Jack Wilson raises his average to .355. He's 3 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs scored. Top of the 5th at the Bob, the Diamondbacks lead the Mets 5-2. Shea Hillenbrand hit his 4th home run. Reds over the Padres 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Ken Griffey hitting his 7th. Cubs trail Los Angeles 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th at Dodger Stadium. Adrian Beltre hitting his 10th home run of the year. Grabowski hits his first for L.A., and Philly leads San Francisco 2-1 on the top of the fourth. Now the final scores in the National League: St. Louis beats Atlanta 5-1. Woody Williams with a strong start for his first win of the season. Williams held the Braves to 4 hits and 1 run on 2 walks and 5 strikeouts for his first win. Jarrett Wright took the loss, dropped to 2-3. Scott Rowland was 2 for 4. Edgar Renteria hit his third home run. Mike Matheny knocked in a couple of runs. And the Cardinals get to 17-16. One other final in the National League. The Cardinals fail to pick up ground on Houston as Roger Clemens pitches into a 6-1 win over defending world champion Florida. Clemens wins his 7th of the season, going 7 innings, allowing 3 hits and a run, 1 walk, and 11 strikeouts for the Rockets. Brad Lidge struck out 2 in the 8th. Brandon Back finished it off in the 9th. Brad Penny took the loss, dropped to 3-2. Houston gets a 3 for 2, 2 double, 2 run, 2 RBI night for Lance Berkman. Morgan Ensberg was 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. Houston now 2.5 up on the Cubs, 4.5 ahead of Cincinnati. Here are the games in progress in the American League. A wild 14-inning affair in Detroit. The Athletics and the Tigers tied at 4. Jermaine Dye and Bobby Crosby hitting home runs for the 8th. Anaheim and the Yankees, after a long rain delay in the Bronx, are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Casey Kochman 0 for 2, starting at first base, batting 6th for the Halos. And one other game in the bottom of the 9th. Looks like they're going to go into extra innings in Minnesota. 6-6 tie between the Mariners and the Twins. Torrey Hunter hits his 3rd home run of the season. Now to the finals. Kansas City breaks Toronto's 6-game winning streak. Royals beat the Jays 5-1. Sean Kemp got the win. Roy Halladay drops to 3-1. KC gets 2 RBIs from Mike Sweeney, also a double. 1 RBI for Kelly Stinnett. Another final score out of the American League. This one from Texas. The Devil Rays lose 5-4 to the Rangers, and Tampa Bay has lost 6 consecutive games. Hank Blaylock was 2 for 5 with a pair of homers, now has 8 home runs on the season. Former Rough Rider center fielder Lance Nix hit his 6th home run. Texas gets another save from Francisco Cordero, his 11th of the year. And Texas will pull to within 2 games of the Angels at 20-12. One more final score comes from Boston, where the Red Sox break a 2-game losing streak in a 5-3 win over the Cleveland Indians. Boston needed 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to come from behind and win it. David Ortiz was 3 for 4 with a double, a solo home run. Gabe Katzler 3 for 4 with a solo homer. David McCarty, however, had the game-winning hit, the 2-run double in the 8th. Winning pitcher was Alan Embry. His record 1-0. Pedro Martinez got a no decision in the 7 innings. 5 hit, 2 run, 2 walk, 11 strikeout performance. Former Traveler Jose Jimenez takes the loss. He drops to 0-2. And now you're up to date across the major leagues in the Texas League thanks to the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Don't forget to always log on for low fares online at southwest.com. Travs lose 3-2 to El Paso, and we'll finish off the broadcast after this on the ticket. Total Sports 1380.
That tailgate guy, we all know him. He's the guy whose car is always way too close for comfort. He honks. He flashes his beams. Now, sure, you can teach him a lesson by slamming on your brakes, but you're a safe driver, so you let him pass, hoping that somewhere down the road, a little speed trap is waiting to greet him. You see, you know that it's people like that tailgate guy that cause accidents. Accidents that can raise everyone's insurance rates. At Allstate, they think you deserve to be rewarded for not stooping to his level. So if you've got a safe record, Allstate can save you up to 25% off your auto insurance. Safe drivers cost everyone less. They should pay less. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands?
For more information, visit your local Allstate agent. Call 1-800-ALLSTATE or click on allstate.com. Allstate, proud sponsor of the 2004 U.S. Olympic team. Discounted insurance offered only with select companies and subject to availability and qualifications. Discount amount may be lower and applies to most major coverages. Allstate Insurance Company and Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Norfolk, Illinois.
Synonymous. Words alike in significance and meaning, like summer and baseball. Baseball and Ray Winder Field. Ray Winder Field and hot dogs. Hot dogs and Coca-Cola. Yes, Coke is joining the Crabs All-Star lineup this summer right alongside future Anaheim Angels wearing the Travelers uniform. Enjoy the best value in family entertainment in Central Arkansas. Ray Winder Field, the Arkansas Travelers, and Coke. 3 summer classics. Call 664-1555 or visit our website at travs.com.
Finishing off our broadcast here at Ray Winder Field, Travs fall to the El Paso Diablos 3-2 and lose their third straight. With Wichita beating the Round Rock Express today, the Travs fall to a first-place tie. Identical records with Wichita 18-13. Diablos up their record at 10-22, and they've won back-to-back games for the second time this season, way back April 8th and 9th, the last time they've won 2 straight. It's very disappointing to see a team come in here to Little Rock losers of 7 consecutive and win 2 in a row. And yesterday's game was tough because the Travs gave up 8 runs in the 8th inning. This one a little tougher to take because Arkansas held a 2-0 lead after 6 innings. The Travs bullpen showing itself to be pretty unreliable these days. They're blowing this save. It's their 5th blown save in 10 chances. You cannot be blowing half your save opportunities and expect to remain in first place. Cam Esslinger blew the save, takes the loss, drops to 0-1. Lance Cormier, the winning pitcher, is 2-1. We'll give Cormier the BC Powder Player of the Game award for 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 run, 1 earned run, for 3 walks, 9 strikeout performance. Cormier also coming through in the clutch. Cormier, a big reason why the Travs were 1 for 12 with a runner in scoring position. So congratulations, Lance Cormier, for his second win and for being named the BC Powder Player of the Game. BC Powder is the official pain reliever for the Travs. Gets into your system fast and goes to work fast. Headaches, backaches, and muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. Here are the official final totals. The Diablos score 3 runs on 8 hits, commit 2 errors, and leave 6 runners on base. Travelers with 2 runs scored on 8 hits, no errors, and 8 runners left on. Cormier the winner, Esslinger the loser. Sakar saves it his third. Game was played in 2 hours and 47 minutes. Paid attendance, 2,295 at Ray Winder Field. Travs will look to end the 3-game skid tomorrow against the Diablos. Rich Fisher also looking to end his own skid. He's dropped 3 straight. His ERA is ballooned to 9.55. Hopefully get a good start from Fisher. Meanwhile, 19-year-old phenom Adriano Rosario takes the hill for the Diablos, fresh off a very rough start where he was knocked out in the second inning at Frisco. Rosario is 2-3 and a 6.67 earned run average. We'll have the first pitch tomorrow at 7:10. Gates will open at 6:10. ITT Tech pregame show at 6:50 here on the Ticket Total Sports 1380. And also there will be discount coupons anywhere Ready Ice is sold in Central Arkansas. That would be most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Big thanks back at the studio to Arlen Horn. This is Phil Elson. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight to the broadcast. Once again, your final. The El Paso Diablos 3, the Arkansas Travelers 2. Folks, don't forget, it's just a game, and we'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball on the Ticket Total Sports 1380. Arkansas Travelers Baseball is made possible by Miller Lite, ITT Technical Institute, Coca-Cola, Sonic Drive-In, BC Powder, and by Allstate Insurance. Be sure to catch all of the Travs games this year on the Ticket Total Sports 1380.